Hello all, good afternoon JEE warriors. So welcome to the last day of January session, 28th January morning shift, right? So we are hoping that all the students who are preparing for this exam and also wishing that they should give the best performance in the exam, and those students who are having in the second session, that is afternoon shift, all the best for all these children. And let us welcome along with me myself, Vamsi Krishna, chemistry faculty, and let us welcome Zakir Hussain sir, physics subject expert from Resonance Institutes.
Okay, so let's start talking about the physics. You are really waiting for this one. So here's the thing. The physics paper, comparatively, others paper and the previous year, it was slightly like same way. It's easy, but it was a bit moderate side because you can have the questions which like combining two or three subjects together. And one more thing you need to remember that even though it is called easy or easy to moderate, one thing is like carried on throughout that it can become lengthy. Pay attention to this word because it's gonna be important. Make sure you attempt in that with that strategy. So that is regarding the physics.
Yes, yes. And coming to chemistry, to say like in comparison to maths and physics, chemistry is literally a life savior, you can say. Chemistry is doable. Majority of the students, even our reso students, also told that the subject chemistry questions are very comfortable. And within this chemistry, one or two points if I want to share, there is a good balance between organic, inorganic, and physical chemistry. And coming to the another surprising point, a little more of organic chemistry came, and by the compromising on inorganic part. But whatever questions are there came from inorganic chemistry, straightforward they are from the NCERT. So these are the three most important points we have observed in chemistry paper. And the overall to say this shift is also little above to the 2025 shifts we are seeing. What do you observe, Zakir Hussain sir? In all these 2026 January session papers, all the papers, almost all the shifts, except leaving one or two papers, are above than last year papers. What is your observation?
What I will say is it's comparatively easy. But that is the one point which the students really want because they wanted to know whether they can be do this thing or not because there is horrible thing called maths. They have to attempt like a 7 to 8. I mean, at most they can attempt 7 to 8. But comparatively to this, physics was easy. However, I would not say that you go with a strategy like, okay, this is gonna be easy. I just going to do this chapter and that chapter and fourth chapter and that would be enough. No, you have to expect that it can be lengthy. That is a one thing which kind of like deceive a lot of people. Like for example, there was a question regarding the geometrical optics and the question was easy. It was easy. It was like a focal length, that's it, one formula.
Okay.
However, that thing was asked like a twice, so you have to be careful about
Okay.
that.
So here 2 points are there. Subject expert is saying that the questions are easy, but from the student feedback, they are saying that they felt the difficulty, they faced the difficulty. That means there is a gap or bridge to be filled between these two. That means the faculty, if he is saying that the question is easier, then we have, as a student, you have to learn it that how it can be handled, right? So maybe the most common point the students might have felt is the time issue, time management, right? So
Correct.
all questions are doable, but within the given time, if they are completing it, that is absolutely easy only. If they are not able to do it, or they are doing it half and a half only, then that makes the entire paper messy also, and the student will feel stressed and difficult also.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So same thing might have happened for these students, and especially in maths also, the questions are our expert faculties are saying the questions are doable, but provided when the student has that much speed that he can do it within the given time period. So
Correct.
along with us, our Vijay Sagar sir is also there, senior maths faculty. So please let us take the feedback from him also.
Actually, paper is same as you are saying that it is little bit lengthier or when a student do the calculation it takes time. But actually that paper is overall same as what the student thinks. It means
Okay.
what they accept about the, just a minute.
Now on. So to what I can observe, from the match, mic setting is going on. So to what I can observe from Vijay, you can take that mic and continue.
Yes, sure, sir. Sorry for inconvenience. So actually, paper is same as the student think that what kind of the difficulty by seeing the PYQ they will see that okay this type of the difficult questions will come or this much lengthy will be there. Same as exactly perfect example is the today's exam.
Okay.
Okay, so it means just simply it is bit lengthier, but those students who prepared well can easily solve.
Okay. So can you tell a few important chapters from which the questions were majorly asked for our students, sir?
One is the vector 3D integration. They are asking generally binomial theorem, differential equation. From every chapter, almost question came.
Okay, okay. And any advice you will give for the afternoon shift students?
Just simply now, how much time they have that they can revise hardly their formulas only.
Okay.
Nothing else they can do. So just simply they need to solve the paper, whatever questions they will see as the memory base. Today's in shift, whatever we discuss here, that just simply go through it and then later just do quick revision of your formulas or theory part.
Okay, okay.
Nothing to do new now.
Okay, okay. So students who overall have already completed their exam, whether it has gone in a very good manner or in a little average also, don't get disappointed. Don't lose your heart here. So still you are having the second session also. So you can do the best in between this session. We will be giving you what all short tricks you have to follow, how to selectively prepare for the exam and then clarify the clear the exam and all. So right, so now sir, you will continue with question discussion.
Yes,
I think.
now we start because students are also waiting for us.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Just a minute, students. Wait. Okay. Okay, now it is audible, sir. Thank you. So our first question is consider the 10 observation 2, 3, 5, 10. Okay, so this is the question from the statistics. This might take little bit time, but actually it is easy. Paper is statistics, easy but lengthy. Okay. Now what they are saying, consider the 10 observation 2, 3, 5, 10, 11, 13, 15, 21, A and B such that the mean of the observation is 9 and variance is 34.2, then the mean deviation about the median. So we need to find the median, then we find the mean deviation, but for that one first I need the data A and B. For that one we use whatever equation they give. One is the mean. Okay, so as mean x bar is equal to 9 and variance sigma square is equal to 34.2 and number of data n is equal to 10. So from here sigma xi is equal to 10 into 990 and sigma square, if we use the formula of variance, then sigma xi square by n minus x bar square 81 equal to 34.2. From here sigma xi, when we add these all and we just put the here, then what is the sum is going to become? That one is 80 plus a plus b equal to 90. This is the sum of these all the data. From here we are getting a plus b is equal to 90. Okay. From here sigma xi square is equal to 10 we multiply and then what we are getting 810 plus 342. Now similarly sigma xi square, if you do sum of square of these all the data, then you will get a square plus b square value. Remaining all the part we write in right and that is going to be 58. Okay. Sorry, this was the 10, a plus b equal to 10. Now from here we are getting the value of a and b, that is one value will be the 3 and other value will be the 7. Sum of square is 58 and sum of the data is 10. Okay, now we can list these all the data again. Now after getting AB, what we want, mean of the observation is 9 and the variance 34.2, then the mean deviation about the median. I need to find the median, so we arrange these data in ascending or descending order. I'm using ascending. 2, next one is 3, one more 3 we have, then 5, then we are getting 7, then 10, then 11, then 13, then 15, and then 21. Okay, as the number of data is 10, then median will be the average of these two, and here we are getting median as 8.5. Now what they are asking, then the mean deviation about the median. So if we use the formula of mean deviation, that is sum of mean of absolute value of deviation sigma modulus xi minus median, that is 8.5 divided by n is equal to 10. Now if we do simply for these all the data, if we do the difference from the 8.5 and we get the sum of these all, then you will get that sum is equal to 50 by 10 and our answer is 5. Okay, so here correct answer was the 5. Now coming to next question. Okay, so this is the question from the chapter ITF. And by the way, this one is what they are asking. Let 10 pi by 4 plus 1 by 2 cos inverse 2 by 3 and plus 10 inverse 1 by 2 sine inverse 2 by 3. Then the number of solution of the equation. Okay, by the way, this was the value of k. Let k is equal to, this was k equal to. Okay, then from here this value is the k, and then we need the number of solution of this equation. Okay, now to get value of k, k is equal to 10 pi by 4 plus 1 by 2 cos inverse 2 by 3, then 10 inverse, here we have cos inverse 2 by 3, and here we have, by the way, there is also only 10. Okay, so here this one is the 10 pi by 4 plus theta. Here we have cos inverse 2 by 3. Here we have sine inverse 2 by 3. That sine inverse 2 by 3 can be written in terms of cos inverse 2 by 3. I'm just using pi by 2 minus cos inverse x. So when you write pi by 2 minus cos inverse 2 by 3, 1 by 2 will multiply. That pi by 2 become pi by 4. And minus cos inverse into 1 by 2, 1 by 2 cos inverse 2 by 3. Okay. Now it looks like 10 pi by 4 plus theta plus 10 pi by 4 minus theta. Okay, so 10 pi by 4 plus theta, I took this ITF as theta, and plus 10 pi by 4 minus theta. Okay, that is 1 plus 10 theta by 1 minus 10 theta, and plus 1 minus 10 theta by 1 plus 10 theta. If we do the LCM, LCM is 1 minus 10 square theta. Okay, now numerator is 1 plus 10 theta whole square plus 1 minus 10 theta whole square. That comes as twice of 1 plus 10 square theta. So that can be written as 1 minus 10 square by 1 plus 10 square, that is equal to cos 2 theta. I just need value of cos 2 theta now to get the value of k. For that one, what I'm using? I'm just using what we assume as theta. Theta we have taken as 1 by 2 cos inverse 2 by 3. From here cos 2 theta is equal to 2 by 3. Okay, and what I need, cos 2 theta is 2 by 3. So if you put the value 2 by 2 by 3, we are getting as 3. Okay, so we got the value of k as 3. Now once you got value of k equal to 3, then here I need to put sine inverse kx, that is 3x minus 1 equal to, that equation I need to solve. I'm just replacing the sine inverse x as pi by 2 minus cos inverse. So pi by 2 minus cos inverse pi by 2 minus 2 cos inverse x. Now we are taking sine on both sides. If you take sine of sine inverse this one, then what we are getting, 3x minus 1. Sine of pi by 2 minus theta, that is cos theta. So cos of 2 cos inverse x. I'm using cos 2 theta formula, that is 2 cos square theta minus 1. 2 cos square theta, that is x square minus 1, 3x minus 1. Minus minus 1 cancel, and we got two value of x, one is 0 and other is 3 by 2. But actually if you put x equal to 3 by 2, then the sine inverse will not define, so this one is rejected, and there is only x equal to 0 which can satisfy. If you put x equal to 0, sine inverse minus 1, that is minus pi by 2, cos inverse 0 is pi by 2, so pi by 2 minus pi is again minus pi by 2. So x equal to 0 is the only solution. Okay, and what they ask, number of solution, that is equal to 1. Okay, now coming to next question. Fx be a polynomial function such that f of x square plus 1 equal to x power 4 plus. Okay, so this is a easy question and from the chapter integration. Just simply we need to find fx, and once we got fx, then everything will be fine, because just you need to integrate. Now to get fx square plus 1 equal to x power 4 plus 5x square plus 2, I can consider x square plus 1 as t, so that this become ft. Then x square equal to t minus 1 we can replace. Now we are getting ft equal to x power 4 t minus 1 whole square plus 5 times t minus 1 plus 2. Now further if we simplify, what we are getting, t square minus 2t plus 5t is plus 3t, plus 1 and 2 3, and minus 5 minus 2. We got the value of ft. If we got ft, that is only fx, that is x square plus 3x minus 2. Now integration that we need to find, 0 to 3 fx will be what, x square plus 3x minus 2 into dx. Just simply we integrate x cube by 3 plus 3x square by 2 minus 2x. Integration is limit is 0 to 3. Okay, now if we simplify this one, if we put 3 here, 3 cube is 27 by 3, that is equal to 9, and plus 9 into 3, 27 by 2 and minus 6, lower limit is 0. Now it is 3 plus 27 by 2 is equal to 6 plus 27, 33 by 2. So this is our correct answer. Okay, if there is something else, but question was about similar to this one, or exactly same as this only, might be they asked twice of that integration or something to cancel 2. Okay, now coming to next question. If alpha beta, again question from the quadratic equation, easy only. Okay, so alpha beta are the root of this quadratic equation where alpha less than beta, such that 1 by alpha minus 1 by beta equal to 1 by 3. Then find the sum of all possible value of lambda. Okay, as they give 1 by alpha minus 1 by beta equal to 1 by 3, I'm just taking the LCM. We are getting beta minus alpha. Beta minus alpha is equal to alpha beta by 3. Now alpha minus beta whole square, I'm just trying to write this one in terms of alpha plus beta and alpha beta. We take a square on both sides, then alpha minus beta whole square can be written as alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 alpha beta, and this side if you take the square, what will get, alpha beta square by 9. We just put the value of alpha plus beta and alpha beta. Alpha plus beta from here, minus b by a, lambda plus 3 whole square by lambda whole square, minus 4 alpha beta, that is c by a, 3 by lambda, 3 into 4 is 12, 12 by lambda. Then alpha beta whole square, alpha beta is 3 by lambda, 3 by lambda square if we do, what we are getting, 9 by lambda square. So 9 cancel and 1 by lambda square remain. Now lambda square, I'm just cross multiplying, then lambda plus 3 whole square minus 12 lambda and equal to 1. If you write this equation all together, then lambda square plus 2ab 6 lambda minus 12 lambda, that is minus 6 lambda. 9 minus 1, that is equal to 8 equal to 0, lambda equal to 2 comma 4. What they are asking? They are asking sum of all possible value of lambda. Okay, so that is equal to 6. Now coming to next question. If the unit vector a vector, b vector, c vector, then modulus of a minus b, okay, by the way these are vector, sum of square of difference of these vector is equal to 9, and modulus of 2a plus kb plus kc equal to 3, then find the value of positive value of k. Okay, we need value of k. Now by the way, if you expand this one, what you will get, a, b, c are the unit vectors, so modulus of a modulus of B and modulus of C. These all are equal to 1. If we expand this one, what will get? Modulus of A square plus modulus of B square minus twice of A vector dot B vector. Similarly here, B square C square minus twice of B vector dot C vector. If I write in this way, we have twice of A square, twice of B square, twice of C square. So 2 times these all 3 will come. So what we are getting? 6 minus twice of A dot B plus B dot C plus C dot A. Okay, now that is equal to 9. Okay, so from here we can get the value. I just use the expansion only. From here we got the value of A dot B plus B dot C plus C dot A is equal to minus 3 by 2. And actually if A, B, C are unit vector, then this is only possible when A plus B plus C is equal to 0. Okay, otherwise it is not possible, because how we got this one? Just simply take modulus of A plus B plus C greater than equal to it is always greater than equal to 0. So you will get value of A dot B plus B dot C plus C dot A greater than equal to minus 3 by 2 minimum value. But as we got minus 3 by 2, this has to be exact 0. Okay, so for that modulus to be exact 0, A plus B plus C equal to 0. Now just simply we got, I'm going to write this modulus here. 2A K common, B plus C can be written as minus A vector equal to 3. Then modulus of A vector common, that is equal to 1. Modulus of 2 minus K we got, and modulus of A equal to 3, that is equal to 1. Now modulus of 2 minus K or K minus 2 same, what we will get? Plus minus 3. If we choose plus sign then 5, minus sign then minus 1. But they are asking positive value of K. So what is our answer? Our answer is 5. Okay. Now coming to next. Okay, so next question is gx is equal to 3x square plus 2x minus 3, f0 equal to minus 3, 4 of g of fx. Okay, so this is the question from the function, that is topic is composite function. Okay, by the way, this is also easy only or average. It might be little bit lengthy for you, but it's okay. It is not going to be difficult, because at least you know all the thing what you need to do. Okay, so gx equal to this one, f0 they give. Okay, not a problem. And 4 of g of fx equal to this one, then f of g2. It means I need gx we have, and we need f of g2. So first I need fx, because g2 we can get, but later to get f of g2 I need value of fx. Okay, and f0 is equal to minus 3. Okay, what they give? 4 times g of fx equal to 3x square minus 32x plus 72. Now as we know here that gx is quadratic, gx is quadratic. Okay, now fx cannot be quadratic, because f will be quadratic, then quadratic of quadratic become biquadratic. So can I say that fx has to be linear? Fx is linear, and f0 is equal to minus 3. So if I take fx as ax plus b, b will going to be minus 3, because f0 is minus 3. So can I say that it is ax minus 3? Okay, now we use this equation, 4 times z of fx, this is gx, I need z of fx, so every x replaced by this fx. So 3 times x square, it means ax minus 3 whole square plus twice of x, ax minus 3 and minus 3 equal to what they give? Equal to they give as 3x square minus 32x plus 72. Okay, now I'm going to get the value of a. What we do? We just compare the coefficient. Okay, so here if I compare the coefficient of x square and then coefficient of x, you get the value of a. But I'm comparing coefficient of, okay, what we compare? We are comparing the coefficient of x, because if I compare coefficient of x square, then here a square will come, then plus minus, and at last again I need to compare the coefficient of x. Okay, so coefficient of x I'm writing from here, minus 6a into 3 minus 18a, and from here plus 2a. What it is? This is the coefficient of x. Okay, and this side what we have? Minus 32. Now if we solve this one, it is minus 16, and this one is cancel how much time? Minus 8 times. So a value we are getting Minus minus also cancel. So 16a equal to 8. So a equal to 1 by 2. A equal to 1 by 2, then we got fx, that is equal to x by 2 minus 3. Now what do we want? F of g2. So first I will find g2. We put x equal to 2 here. Then 4 into 3, 12. 12 and then 4 and minus 1, that is equal to 13. So z2 is equal to 13. Now for f13, we just put x equal to 13. 13 by 2 minus 3. So what we are getting? 13 minus 6 by 2, that is 7 by 2. So our correct answer is D. Okay. Now coming to next question is, 3 balls are taken from the box without replacement and found to be all black. If all configuration of red ball and black ball are equally likely, then the probability that box contain 1 red and 9 black ball. Okay, so our box contain the total 10 ball. Now it is given that 3 balls we draw and those all are found to be black. Now what is the probability that box contain 1 red and 9 black ball? And they give that every configuration is equally likely that how many black or red ball they may have. Okay, so as something has occurred, this is the question of Bayes theorem. Now whatever has occurred, that we take as A. Just a second. Okay, so 3 balls are taken from the box without replacement and found to be all black. So this has occurred, that I am considering as A. All drawn ball are black. Okay, now E1, E2, E3 will be the cases which are the possible of the configuration, and in configuration total we have 10 ball. I am assuming E1 is the case when we have 0 black and 10 red. Okay, E2 I am taking as 1 black and 9 red. E3 we are taking as 2 black and 8 red. All possible, na? Then finally at last what configuration will come? That will be E10 we have. So E1 for 0, E11. E11 when we have 10 black and 0 red. Okay, that I am assuming. Now what we need to find? We need to find that the probability that the box contain 1 red and 9 black ball. By the way, 1 red and 9 black ball will come for E10. So we need probability of E10 where A has occurred. Okay, something has occurred. So if we use the Bayes theorem formula, probability of E10, P of A by E10. Then in denominator all the pairs we will write P of E1, P of A by E1, P of E2, P of A by E2. Okay, so on. Now by the way, as they give that these all the configuration are equally likely, they give here equally likely, it means probability of E1, E2, E3, E11 all are equal, that is equal to 1 by 11. So can I say that in denominator these all probability P of E1, P of E2, P of E3, these are equal, same, common, and cancel with P E10. So actually these part got cancel out, only this remain. Now A by E10, E10 has occurred and we need to find the probability of A. So what is the E10? E10 is 9 black and 1 red. Okay, now remember 9 black and 1 red we have in box. What we want? Probability of A. All 3 drawn ball are black. 3 balls only we draw, na? Ha, okay. So in E10 has occurred, we have 9 black and 1 red and I need 3 black. So can I say 9C3, all 3 from the 9 black, and total possibilities are 10C3. Okay. Now in denominator A by E1, E1 has occurred. E1 is what? 0 black and 10 red. If 0 black and you need probability of all balls are black, probability 0, from 0 black we cannot draw any black ball. Then next A by E2, E2 when we have 1 black but we are drawing the 3 black, so again probability 0. Then probability of A by E3, 2 black we have, so still 0. Then probability of A by E4. E4 has occurred. In case of E4, we have 3 Blake and 7 red. And how many Blake we need? 3. So what we write favorable? 3C3, total 10C3. Similarly, next will come 4C3 by 10C3. And at last one, when we have 10 Blake, 10C3 by 10C3. Now again, denominator 10C3 got cancel out, and what we are getting? In numerator we are getting 9C3. In denominator 3C3, 4C3, 10C3, this sum RC2 NCR can be written as n plus 1 11C R plus 1 4 11C4. Okay, now if we simplify this one, what you will get? 14 by 55, and your answer is going to be 69. Okay, so this was the maths portion. Now for the next, I welcome sir for the physics. Hi sir.
Good noon to all of you. I'm here, Mr. Raghavendra, physics faculty, senior physics faculty in Resonance. Today's morning physics paper was simple to moderate. Let us start with few of the questions which they have asked in physics. There are 3 long parallel wires in a plane as shown in figure. Find force on 15 centimeter length of middle wire. Simple magnetic effect of electric current problem. Force acting between 2 parallel current carrying conductor. Let us start with this wire. 3 ampere current is flowing. Now, if you take magnetic field at a distance, let us take this is R1. I'm taking this as R2, this as I1, this as I2, this one as I3. Check. Direction will play a very important role for this problem. Here, these two are flowing in the same direction. So first you go for magnetic field due to 3 ampere current onto this. At this point, magnetic field, let us take B1 mu naught I1 by 2 pi R1. And what will be direction? If you take right hand rule, then it will act inward, means here magnetic field is acting inward. Now I'm taking L length of this wire, 1 ampere current is flowing, okay, and magnetic field is inward. So current is flowing in this direction. You see your right hand, and you are folding it towards B. The force acting will be towards I1, means on this force will act in this direction. So F1 will be equal to B1 I2L mu naught I1 I2 L by 2 pi R1. So you are getting F1 by L mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi R1. So whatever force is acting in between 3 ampere and 1 ampere is shown in figure. Now let us find out, okay, what will be its magnitude. So F1 by L mu naught is 4 pi 10 to the power minus 7. I1 is 3. I2 is 1 by 2 pi. R1 is 3 centimeter. It means that 3 10 to the power minus 2. 10 to the power minus 2. 2 pi 2 times 3 cancelled, and 10 to the power minus 2. So 2 into 10 to the power minus 5 Newton per meter. This is the force which is acting on this middle wire, and it is towards left. Now if you take 2 ampere current, for that here magnetic field will be how much? B2 will be mu naught I3 by 2 pi R2. So F2 will be equal to, again you will be taking this B2 I2L mu naught I2 I3L by 2 pi R2. So you are getting now F2 will be equal to, if you take mu naught I2 I3 L by 2 pi R2, F2 by L mu naught I2 I3 by 2 pi R2. This is the force exerted by, okay, 2 ampere on 1 ampere conductor. Now, how much will be the magnitude? You can find out again in the same way. 4 pi 10 to the power minus 7, 1 into 2 by 2 pi, this is 2 centimeter, 2 10 to the power minus 2, 2 pi it is 2, okay, this 2 cancelled, you are getting 2 10 to the power minus 5 Newton meter. So you got these two. Now direction will play very important role. Now here your current is flowing in this direction, so it is acting inward, means here magnetic field, if you take due to this, on this it is cross, right? And current is flowing now in this direction, and you are folding along the direction of magnetic field. You see that force is acting towards left. So due to this also, force is acting in this direction. It means that F net by L will be addition of F1 by L plus F2 by L. This is 2 10 to the power minus 5, 2 10 to the power minus 5. It is 4 into 10 to the power minus 5 Newton per meter. Now they are asking you find force on 15 centimeter length. So F net, if you take, it will become 4 10 to the power minus 5 into 15 centimeter, 15 into 10 to the power minus 2 Newton. It is 60 10 to the power minus 7. If you go for that, it will become 6 10 to the power minus 6 micro Newton. Answer will be number 3. You have taken for B equal to mu naught I by 2 pi r. Then you have used F equal to BIL. You have considered directions, and then you have added here because directions are same, and then force acting on per unit length you have got. You have multiplied by length. Your answer is ready. Let us move now to next question. Question number 2. One electromagnetic wave they have given you. They have given you equation for electric field. This one is E equal to 2 sine 2 10 to the power 15 t minus 10 to the power 7 x. Now we can compare it from E equal to E naught sine omega t minus kx. What is the value of omega now? Omega, check here, it is 2 10 to the power 15 radian per second, and k, they have given you 10 to the power 7. You know that V equal to omega by k. Easily you can see 2 pi f. K is 2 pi by lambda. F into lambda. And this is V. Right? So V will be equal to omega 2 10 to the power 15. And here it is 10 to the power 7. You got 2 10 to the power 8 meter per second. They are asking you refractive index of the medium. You know mu equal to C by V. C is 3 10 to the power 8 meter per second, and V is 2 10 to the power 8 meter per second. You have got it. So mu equal to 3 by 2. Answer number 4. Clear to you? It was easy. You have just found V equal to omega by k by comparing the equations from E naught sine omega t minus kx. Now, let us move to next question. Let us check it. Yeah. For a circular coil of radius r, if I take a circular coil, radius r, at the center, magnetic field you know, mu naught I by 2r. So you will have B naught, let us take mu naught I by 2r. So this will be giving you mu naught I equal to 2r B naught, right? Now, they're asking you on the axial distance, this distance is r. At a distance x, magnetic field you know, B equal to mu naught I r square by 2 r square plus x square power 3 by 2. Formula based. Now in this, mu naught I is 2r B naught r square by 2 r square plus x square power 3 by 2. B naught, they have given you 16 microtesla. All answers are given in microtesla. So let us keep 16. This 2 is cancelled. You got B naught r cube by r square plus x square power 3 by 2. So you got B equal to B naught is 16 microtesla, you remember? It is r cube and it is r square. They have given you x root 3r, means x square will become 3r square power 3 by 2, 16r cube by, it is 4r square, 1 by 2 is 2r, 2r cube will be 8r cube, it will become 8r cube, r cube is cancelled, you got 2 microtesla. Answer will be number 2. I think if you remember the formulae, you can easily solve this problem. But if formula is not known, you can derive also, but it will take time. Better to remember the formula. Now, let us move to next question. An object is being dropped from height h above the ground. So you are dropping a body from height h. Apart from force of gravity, additional force minus kV is acting. It means that downward mg is acting, upward minus kV is acting. So A, if you go So F net I will take mg minus kv. This will become A G. F net is m into A. So A will become G by K by mv. Initially, you have simply dropped that t equal to 0, your initial velocity is 0. Means if I plot the graph v versus t, then initial velocity is 0, graph will originate from origin, and in the beginning at t equal to 0, your acceleration is 0, having positive slope. So your A will be taken as z. But as time will pass, velocity will be going on increasing. A moment will come when acceleration will become 0, body will start falling with terminal velocity. The slope gradually will be going on decreasing, and finally a moment will come when slope will become 0, k by mv. So g will become k by mv, v will become mg by k. So in these four graphs, it is terminal velocity graph. You know that in viscosity chapter you have found this type of graph. This point will be known as terminal velocity. So graph number 2 is correct. Your slope is continuously going on decreasing. A moment comes when body's acceleration will become 0, your slope will become 0, and then this graph will become parallel to time axis. So answer will be graph number 2. Let us move to next question. Electric current in a circuit is given by I equal to I naught T by T. They are asking you RMS value of electric current. So if I take I RMS squared, I RMS squared, it will be integration 0 to T I squared dt by integration dt 0 to T. So this will become, denominator is 1 by T. You are integrating 0 to T. Here it is I naught. The I naught square, T square, T square dt. Now this will become equal to I naught square, take out by T. Here T and here T square, it will become T cube. You will be integrating T square dt 0 to T. This will become I naught square by T cube. This will become T cube by 3, right? So this will become T cube by 3. TQ is cancelled. I RMS squared you are getting I naught square by 3. Simple question. Now they ask you I RMS. Just take the root of this I naught square by 3. It will become I naught by root 3. I naught by root 3. Answer will be number 2. Now let us move to next question. A tap is at a height of 5 meters from ground. Water drops are falling. Very famous problem. Resonance sheet. This problem is available. Only slide data is different. There they have told you when first drop is touching, fifth drop comes out. Here let us see which drop is, sixth drop is coming out. Just slide data they have changed, problem is same. So you have, they have given you this height, how much? 5 meters. What they say you? They say you when first drop hits the ground. So let us take this is first drop. This is first. The second will be here. Third will be here. Fourth will be here. Fifth will be here. and here they have given you sixth drop. Sixth droplet is just coming out, and they are coming out at a regular interval. Let us suppose that regular interval is small t. Now, this will be t, then this will be 2t, this will be 3t, this will be 4t, this will be 5t. It means that when sixth drop was coming out, okay, no, before that 5t time had passed when first drop had come out. You know that H is proportional to H is half GTA square for a freely falling body to H is proportional to T square. It means that if this distance is x, then this will become 4x, this will become 9x, this will be 16x, this will be 25x. Check this. Means from here till here, distance is 25x. Separation between fifth and sixth drop, x. If you take fourth and sixth, this will be 4x, this will be 9x, this will be 16x, this will be 25x. 25x, they have given you 5 meter. So 25x is 5 meter. So x will become 1 by 5 meter. Now it's damn simple. They are asking you separation between height of fourth drop and first drop. First drop is 25x and fourth drop is 4x. You see here. So my S will become 25x minus 4x. This is 21x. 21 x is 1 by 5. It will become 4.2 meter. Answer will be number 2. Let us check now all the questions. So, few of the questions of physics I have done. Now my chemistry colleague is ready to explain you, okay, questions from chemistry. Thank you for today.
Yes. Good morning, all of you. Yes, today the paper of chemistry was a bit easier. All the students must have enjoyed doing the paper. I think the student who does well chemistry very well usually can easily back 22 to 24 questions easily. So all the questions were within the NCERT. Heard one of the question was not, but still we can manage 24 questions if he's or she is a topper of the campus. So students can easily arrive to the questions on the basis of the statements which are given and not more of calculation are also given. So students can can do this paper easily. Now let us see. The question 1, here every shift he is asking us with respect to estimations. This we have already informed all the candidates of the coming shifts. So many, every question morning and afternoon, always he is asking about the estimations. So it is simple substitutions where you can calculate and answer it. Okay, here is asking about the estimation of bromine. So estimation of bromine, again we have a formula. Bromine percent is equal to weight of AgBr by weight of organic compound into 80. Each AgBr has 1 bromine and the molar mass of AgBr is 188 into 100. So now let us go to the weight of the AgBr, which he has given as 1 gram, and weight of OC is also given as 1.53, and 80 is the atomic mass by 188 into 100. When you calculate this, roughly we get about 27.81%. So that is the formula based question. Till now, Geldas method, Dumas method, estimation of bromine, chlorine, iodine, sulfur, phosphorus, every element of the organic compound was asked. So next shift students also can get ready for such type of question. Let's go for the next one. This is considered to be easier one because it's direct application of formula. Next comes, this is much easier because it is a straightforward question with respect to periodic table. You know, in the periodic table we have about 7 periods, and he is asking us the 4th period element which is having highest and the lowest atomic radii. Every student should know that first period the elements are hydrogen and helium. Second period elements are from lithium to neon. Third period elements are from sodium to helium neon argon. Then you have 4th period elements are potassium, and then coming to krypton. So size decreases as we move from left to right in a period, but that happens only up to halogens. So we have here halogens, you have your fluorine, chlorine, and this is your bromine. So size decreases when you move from potassium to bromine. So he's asking the highest atomic size and the lowest atomic size, which is nothing but the potassium and bromine. Such simply answered question. Every student would have answered this correctly, and students should not take any choice or any chance to eliminate such questions. This is from periodic table, and the chapter and this topic here is atomic radius, and it is an easy level question. Basically today almost all the questions were straightforward in the morning shift, and they are all easier. Now let's go for the next question. This is also direct. Since the beginning of the session, almost all organic questions are directly asked. There are no questions which are complicated. So it is a sequence once again. So you're doing bromination of benzene in presence of a Lewis acid. So we get bromobenzene as the first product. This is your bromobenzene. Bromobenzene is treated with sodium hydroxide at 623 Kelvin and 300 atmospheres. Nucleophilic substitution is very difficult at ordinary conditions. Hence, we are doing at high temperatures and pressures. We are actually getting sodium phenoxide, followed by HCl again. He is also treating with HCl, where we get phenol. This phenol here is X. X is treated with substituted with a nitronium ion. Here, electrophilic aromatic substitution of phenol is taking place. NO2 plus is nothing but the nitronium ion, which is an electrophile. Now here, phenolic group is an OP director due to the plus M effect, and every student will, I think, can answer it again, which is also a repeated question in this session itself. Last 4 days also we have received one such question among first or second shift. So we get orthonitrophenol and paranitrophenol. So here we have orthonitrophenol when you are doing intramolecular hydrogen bonding. All right, so ortho product and the para product can be separated by steam distillation. Always he is linking it with purifications. So always the products are orthonitrophenol, paranitrophenol, students will identify, and also the method of steam distillation. This is a repeated question in previous years also. So almost many students must have answered this. So it's also considered to be an easy level. Next question. Here also we have an organic compound, which is again a simplest order of stability. Every shift he is asking one such type of question, but this happens to be an easy order. Students should know that the hybridization of carbon sp3, sp2 and sp. So whenever as S character increases, as S character of the hybrid orbital increases or is more, then electronegativity is also more. So electronegativity of sp, here it is 50% S character, 50% P character. In sp2 we have 33% S character, 66% P character. Here you have 25% S character, 75% P character. So greater S character is there in the third structure. So therefore electronegativity of sp carbon is greater than sp2 carbon, greater than sp3 carbon. So therefore third structure has greater stability compared to the second and the first. Once again we get the first option. So students should know that this is a GOC based question, general organic chemistry, where we teach you about the resonance structures and their stability aspects. So it's a stability of carbanion. Once again an easy first question. Let's go for the next question. This is again physical chemistry question, second year, that is 12th class question, and it is based on the order of the reactions, and he is asking us the first order kinetics. In 12th standard we are dealing with only zero and first order kinetics. Till now we are not dealing, or rather we have not got questions about a second order or any other option, any other order, nth order. So students should know that NCERT, whatever he is giving us within the JEE Mains level, the questions are within the NCERT, the JEE Mains levels are framed. So I wish you to go through the rate constant expression for the first order. 2.303 by T log A by A minus X. This is the rate equation, rate constant expression for first order kinetics. Since he has already mentioned it is the first order kinetics. Now what is the question? Let's see. Here he said that X is giving you Y plus Z, and time required for decomposition of 1 by 8th and decomposition of 1 by 8th and 1 by 10th of the initial concentration is, he's asking you ratio of the time required. This is the question actually he's asking. So T 1 by 8 by T 1 by 10 is asked. So, and the question actually is saying that the amount left is, it is left to 1 by 8th, to 1 by 8th. So the first order reaction, time required for decomposition, it is not of 2 1 by 8th. That should be the question. Now let us see here. Let's write for T, which is left over, will be 1 by 8. Time for leftover reactant is 1 by 8, is you have 2.303 by K log 1 by 1 minus, he is asking 1 by 8, it is decomposition of 1 by 8, so 7 by 8 will be left over. So let me check this. Okay, 1 by 8 is only consumed. So if it is 1 by 8 which is consumed, it will be 1 minus X, 1 minus 1 by 8, which is nothing but 2.303 K by K log 1 by 1 minus 8. 1 minus 8 is nothing but 7 by 8. So you will have here 8 by 7. This is nothing but the time taken for 1 by 8th of the reaction to proceed. Now let me go for time taken for 1 by 10, which is 2.303 by K log 1 by 1 minus 1 by 10, which is nothing but 2.303 by K log. You have here 10 by 9. This is the time for 1/10 of the reaction to be completed. Now, he is asking the ratio of 1 by 8 and 1 by 8. So let me see what I can do. Here you can see this is the common part which I can cancel when I am taking the ratio. Alright, here we have log 8 by 7 by log 10 by 9. Log 8 by 7 is log 8 minus log 7 by log 10 minus log 9. Good thing is he has given us the values of log 8, 7 and 9. So it is an advantage for a student to know that you are using such values in the given calculations. Now let's do this. Here, what is log 8? Log 8 is 0.9 and log 7 is 0.84. So the difference here is, I'm continuing here, it is 0.06 divided by log 10 is 1. Every student knows that. 1 minus log 9. Log 9 is given as 0.95. 1 minus 0.95 is 0.05. Alright, so this is nothing but 6 by 5. But he is asking us to express the answer by multiplying with 10. So let us do this 6 by 5 into 10, which is 12. So your answer is 3. Only thing is student has to arrive stepwise. If he is following the order, never he will fail to answer this. So try to be careful in arriving correctly. So let's go for the next question. I am considering this as a moderate because he has to take 2 expressions and he is to multiply with 10. Otherwise he goes wrong. Alright. Let's go for the next question. The next question is coordination compounds question which we have received, and this is a repeated question almost in every year. And here also student can answer on the basis of hybridization and the strength of the ligand. So here magnetic properties is asked, so that I will do on the basis of crystal field theory. Tetracyanonucleation, nickel atomic number is 28. The oxidation state of nickel is +2. So we have here 3D8, 4S0. That is a configuration of nickel. Being cyanide being a strong ligand, what happens? Pairing takes place. So we have here T2G6. Here we have Eg2. And the 2 electrons are paired up. No unpaired electrons. No unpaired electrons. So therefore, this will be diamagnetic. Alright, so when we have here, you can know it's a square planar complex. All these 6 electrons are paired in the T2G level, and in Eg level, the 2 electrons are paired up like this. So one d orbital is dx square minus y square is involving in dsp2 hybridization. So therefore, the complex will be square planar, and here we observe no unpaired electron. Alright. Next, coming to tetracarbonyl nickel. The oxidation state of nickel here is 0. So what does it mean? You have 3D8, 4S2. All the electrons of the valence electrons of nickel are as it is. So, but carbon monoxide or carbonyl group is the strongest ligand. So what happens? Here the pairing takes place where you have here 3D10, 4S0 and 4P0. So what is the hybridization involved? sp3. So here also all the 10 electrons are paired up. So we have here diamagnetism again. Unpaired electrons are 0. So these two happen to be, but the shape of the molecule or this complex will be sp3 hybridized tetrahedral structure. Alright. Tetrachloronucleation. We all know that chloro is a weak ligand. No pairing will take place. So hence we have in the complex of tetrachloronucleation, the complex will have 2 unpaired electrons. The Eg will have 2 unpaired electrons. So definitely it will be paramagnetism, and the paramagnetism value will be √8. root of 2 into 2 plus 2, which is root 8 Bohr magneton. So definitely AB are diamagnetic, C is paramagnetic. Once again, we get the first option. All right. So please practice such types of question, the coming shift students. You can also get practice for the April shift too. Next comes again a physical chemistry question. This is a very good type of question where we usually practice for the examinations, and finally it is there in the exam. What is the question? Here he is asking us for the equivalence point. What do you mean by equivalence point? Where the complete neutralization has taken place. The equivalence of the acid is equal to the equivalence of the base. Here he has given us XML of 0.02 molar HCl is treated with 5 ml of 0.02 molar weak base. Here he has not told us anything about the basicity. So let us assume that it is a acidic base. So therefore N factor for the weak base also I am taking it as 1. So for HCl, N factor you know 1, only one replaceable hydrogen. Molarity is given as 0.02 molar and volume is given as XML. So which should be equal to that of the weak base. What is the weak base? N factor we are considering to be 1, and he has given us the molarity as 0.02 molar, and he has given you the volume as 5 ml. And at equivalence point, that is exactly neutralization points, equivalence of acid will be equal to equivalence of base. So here we have, what are the equivalents of acid? 0.02 into x, 1 into 0.02 into x, which is equal to 1 into 0.02 into 5. So definitely we have x as 5 ml. So one part of the answer is ready. Now let's go for the next part of the answer. Question is says, the pKb value of the weak base is given as 5.69 and the pH of the resulting solution is Y at half of the point. What do you mean by half of the point? It is half equivalence point. That means the neutralization is only half taking place. So whenever, if it's a weak base, say let us consider ammonium hydroxide, if it is treated with HCl, you get ammonium chloride and water. This is completely neutralized. But if you are left with either of the acid or the base, that point you call it as half equivalent space, half equivalent point. So if the base is left over here, what happens? The salt concentration should be equal to the concentration of the ammonium hydroxide left. All right. So whenever we have the base which is treated with is left over, it can result in the formation of a buffer because we are left with some equivalents of the base and a newly formed salt. So at a half equivalence point, let us write this at half equivalence point. pH is equal to, since it's a basic buffer, POH is equal to pKb plus log salt concentration by base concentration. Since these both are equal, this happens to be log 1 is 0. So which implies that POH is equal to pKb. Since we are given pKb as 5.69 and we have POH is equal to 5.69. But he is asking us Y is nothing but the pH of the resulting solution. How will I know pH? If I know POH, pH is equal to 14 minus 5.69, which is nothing but, if you subtract, how much will you get? 14 minus 5.69. This is nothing but 1, and you have 15 minus 6 again. So you'll have here 9, and you have here 13 minus 6, which is 8. 8.91. So now he is asking us, so we are ready with Y. Y is nothing but the pH. Suppose X plus Y he is asking us. Now what do? 5 plus 8.91 which is nothing but, just check it out, 9 minus, so this is 3, sorry. Yeah. This is subtraction. Okay. So you have 13.31. So that's your answer. So it simply, students will eliminate this, or an average student will leave this question because he doesn't understand what is an half equivalence point. Only thing students should know that at half equivalence point, it will result in the formation of a buffer. So it's a good question according to me. Next question. This is again a theoretical question which is inorganic. Choose the correct statements with respect to hydrides of group 15. Group 15 hydrides are all EH3 type, where E is the 15th group element. So what are the elements? Ammonia, phosphine, arsine, stibine, bismuthine. These are the hydrides of 15th group elements. You all know that reducing power depends upon, he is asking, first statement is reducing power. Reducing power is always inversely related to bond energy. Greater the bond energy, lesser is the reducing power. So down the group, bond energy decreases. So bismuthine is a powerful reducing agent. But here he says reducing power increases down the group. So definitely that statement is right. A is correct. So your option should have A. In this, we don't have A, so I will eliminate fourth option. Let's go for the next question. Basic nature increases down the group. Basic nature is nothing but due to the availability of the lone pair. As the size increases, availability of lone pair decreases. So basic nature increases down the group is absolutely wrong. Ammonia is the strongest base among the hydrides of 15th group. All right. Next, go to the stability aspect. Stability decreases down the group. Stability is again directly proportional to, stability will be more when the bond energy is more. So highest bond energy is for ammonia. So stability decreases down the group is absolutely correct. So C also should be there. Now let us go. So we have only B eliminated. B eliminated, so you will be resulting your option 3. Let's read the fourth option also. Fourth statement. Boiling point decreases regularly. That is absolutely wrong. Ammonia has intermolecular hydrogen bonding, isn't it? When you move down the group, phosphine has no intermolecular hydrogen bonding, nor it has greater van der Waals forces, because van der Waals force depend upon the size of the molecule. And therefore, again, weakest boiling point is for phosphine. And again, from phosphine, when you go, boiling point increases. So you have boiling point least for phosphine, and then you have your arsine, then you have ammonia, and last you have stibine. Bismuthine, 17 degrees is its boiling point, but we don't assume it to be considered. Even if you consider, it will be the highest. All right. So van der Waals forces and the hydrogen bonding are the two factors on which you are deciding. So that's your answer, third one. Now let's go for the next and the last question. Here the wave number, atomic structure. He's asking of the spectral lines of hydrogen atom. And he's asking you the wave number. Direct formula for wave number is your Rydberg's equation. What is Rydberg's equation? Nu bar equal to RH into Z square into 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square. Here Z is equal to 1. Why? Because he is saying hydrogen atom. And you can directly take RH. And he says, identify the correct set of spectral lines belonging to Balmer series. What is the state to which the electron de-excites when it is a Balmer series? So it is nothing but the second orbit. So electrons de-excite to orbit number 2. So N1 is invariably 2. Now let's go with 1 by 2 square minus. Now I go on substituting N2 and pick up your right set, nothing else. So if I go with the N2 as third, that means the first line of Balmer series, what do we have here? 1 by 3 square, which is nothing but 9. So you have here 5R by 36. That is the first orbit, wave number of the first line of line. So we'll pick up the option where there is 5R by 36. Here I have, and here I don't have, so I eliminate this. Here also I don't, here I have. So this way, This is one of the area I am choosing to eliminate. So I have eliminated third and the second options. Now next question, next series I have to check. Next line, when N1 is 2 and N2 is 4, that is the second line of Balmer series. So where we have the Rydberg's equation for hydrogen atom as 1 by 4 minus 1 by 16, which is 3R by 16. Now let us check where there is 3R by 16. Here I have 3R by 16, and in this, oh, here also we have 3R by 16. Next, the third line. Third line says, what do we write? Third line, N1 is 2, N2 is 5. 5 to 2 will be the third line. So where we have RH into 1 by 4 minus 1 by 25. LCM between 25 and 4 is 100. So we have here 21R by 100. So this is your spectral line for a wave number for the third line. Now let us check where there is 21R by 100. Here is your third wave number. Whereas here we have 21R by 24, which is incorrect. So let me mark first option as the right answer. So this is how you go from the options if necessary, because we will not waste time calculating all the spectral lines. That is meaningless time. So this is, of course, the topic is atomic structure, question related to hydrogen spectrum. If you know the formula, it should be an easy one, and you know how to arrive based on the formula. So next question. So that is these are the 9 questions which we have received from the memory of the students. So next set of questions we are awaiting them, and we'll come back to you in a short while. And physics sir is coming.
Good afternoon, students. So we'll see some more questions from mathematics. Today's paper was very moderate. I can say it's not very difficult, not very easy also, but somewhere on the moderate level, right? It's not lengthy also in general what we see in the mains paper. Let's see the first question, what it is saying. Find the value of this expression. Right? So now they have given sigma. Okay, and they have given minus 1 to the power k plus 1 into k plus 1 upon k factorial. It's a series expansion question. What I will do first is, I will keep this thing as outside and I will first solve this too, right? If I solve this, I will cancel k from k factorial and I will be get with k minus 1 factorial, right? So now I will be having sigma minus 1 to the power k plus 1 outside, and in numerator I am writing k plus 1 as k minus 1 plus 2, right? I am adding 1 and subtracting 1. So I will be getting k minus 1 plus 2 upon k minus 1 factorial plus 2 upon k minus 1 factorial, right? Now if I cancel this, it will be left with k minus 2 factorial, correct? Now if I multiply this with this, I will be getting 2 separate series, sigma minus 1 to the power k plus 1 upon k minus 2 factorial plus 2 times of sigma minus 1 to the power k plus 1 upon k minus 1 factorial, right? Now if I start putting k value, k equal to 1 to infinity, we can't put 1 in this because it is starting from k minus 2. So if I put 2 in this, I'll be getting in the above one, I'll be getting minus 1 upon 0 factorial. Then it will be alternate. If I put 3 in this, it will be positive, right? And denominator will become 1. So I'll be getting plus 1 upon 1 factorial, then minus 1 upon 2 factorial, and so on it will continue, right? On this side, if I put the limits, I'll be getting plus 2 into, if I put 1 in this will become 1 plus 1, 2, it will be positive, and this will become 2 minus 1, 1 factorial. So it is 1 upon 1 factorial, right, plus 1 upon sorry, 1 upon 0 factorial, then minus 1 upon 1 factorial, then 1 upon 2 factorial, and so on continued. Now this, both the series are very similar, right? What I have to do? I have to take minus common and it will be subtracted, right? So it is written, if I just add them, I'll be getting what? I'll be getting 1 minus 1 upon 1 factorial plus 1 upon 2 factorial minus 1 upon 3 factorial, so on till infinite terms, right? Now this is the coefficients of e to the power x, right? When x, what is the expansion of e to the power x? It is e to the power x 1 plus 1 upon x upon 1 factorial plus x square upon 2 factorial, and so on, right? If I put in this x equal to minus 1, right, what I will be getting? E to the power minus 1 as 1 minus 1 upon 1 factorial plus 1 upon 2 factorial minus 1 upon 3 factorial, so on, right? So this is exactly written here, the same thing, right? So what will be the answer? It will be 1 upon e, right? So the answer matches the third option, correct? Now the next question. The next question is saying it's a question of limits, right? In which we have ln in numerator and we have something as e square 1 minus cos x, right? So for the denominator, what I am doing, I am taking out e square common and I'll be having 1 minus cos x, right? And for the numerator part, I am splitting all of them. If I split all of them, I'll be getting limit x tending to 0 ln sec ex, right, plus ln sec e square x, right, and so on till plus ln e to the power 10x sec e to the power 10x upon, in denominator we'll have e square into 1 minus cos x, right? Now as x tends to 0, all of them individually will be becoming what? Sec 0 is 1, so ln 1 is 0. So 0 upon 0 form is coming. So what can I do? I can apply L'Hopital rule, right? If I apply L'Hopital rule in this, I'll be getting limit x tending to 0. Derivative of ln is what? 1 upon sec e to the power x, and sec derivative will be what? Sec e to the sec ex into 10 ex into e, right? Into e, and then sec ex into e, right? Now this and this will cancel out, right? So I'll be getting what? E 10 ex. Similarly here, what will I be getting? E square 10 e square x, right? So on till e to the power 10 e to the power 10x, right? In denominator we'll be having e square into derivative of 1 is 0 and minus cos x will be how much? Sin x. So it will become sin x. And if I divide with sin x and x, it will become what? 1. Right? Now every individual term tan x upon x will be giving me 1. The only thing is I will have to multiply with e and divide with e. So this series will become e square e to the power 4 e to the power 6, so on till e to the power 10 upon e square. I can divide with e square and then this will be resulting into 1 plus e square plus e to the power 4, so on till e to the power 18, right? This is a GP with common ratio e square and first term as 1, right? So what will be the formula of GP? E to the power n terms, which is e square into 10 minus 1 upon e square minus 1, which is e to the power 20 minus 1 upon e square minus 1. So the answer will be what? Answer will be option number 2, right? Next question. This is a question from circle. What it is saying, consider a circle C1 passing through origin and lying in the region x greater than or equal to 0. It means first and fourth quadrant, right? With diameter 10. So if I draw the circle, it will be something like this, right? With diameter 10. Consider a circle passing through origin, something like this, right? And consider chord PQ of C1 with equation x equal to y, right? If I consider another chord PQ like this, right? This will be P, this will be Q, y equal to x, right? And what they are saying, PQ and another circle C2 with which has PQ as a diameter. So I will make another circle PQ which has PQ as a diameter, right? It's not symmetrical, but I hope you understand it's a diameter. So what they are saying, a chord is drawn to C2 passing through 2, 3. Somewhere there will be a point 2, 3. Let's say 2, 3 will be somewhere here, and a chord is drawn from here. The center will be at this point, right? For the second circle, the center will be this point for C2, and for this circle it is C1, right? Such that the distance of the chord from the center of C2 is maximum, right? Then the equation of what is the equation? So first of all, I'll write the equation of this yellow circle. What will be the equation for this yellow circle? It will be what? X minus 5 square plus y square equal to 5 square, right? In terms of center radius form I have written. Now, it is intersecting the line y equal to x. So, if I take the intersection with y equal to x in this, I'll solve this, I'll get x square minus 10x plus 25 plus x square is equal to 25. 25 cancel. So I'll have 2x square minus 10x is equal to 0. So I'll have x equal to 0 or x equal to 5. X equal to 0 is already point P. X equal to q will be what? X equal to 5. And as q lies on y equal to x, it will be 5, 5. If it is 5, 5, C2 will be how much? C2 will be 5 by 2, 5 by 2. Right? Now, this chord, if it has to be, this chord is at the maximum distance, so this chord has to be perpendicular. If it is perpendicular, this is perpendicular, so I will say this red line and the blue line will be what? Parallel. If it is parallel, y equal to, any line parallel to y equal to x will look like what? It will look like x minus y plus lambda equal to 0. And this line is passing through what point? 2, 3. So I will plug in 2, 3 in this. If I put 2, 3, I'll get 2 minus 3 plus lambda equal to 0. So lambda will be equal to what? 1. It means the line will be what? X minus y plus 1 equal to 0. If I compare with this one, I'll be getting b equal to 1 and a equal to minus 1. So I'll get b minus a to be 1 minus 1, which is what? 2. Correct? So the correct answer for this will be how much? 2. Right? This is a easier question again. Now, this is a question of differential equation. This is again a easy question, a bit lengthy, a bit very less lengthy. It's not very big lengthy also. Right? What it is saying, x dy by dx minus sine 2y equal to x cube cos square y. Right? And y of 1 equal to this, then what is this? Okay. Now, if you think of this equation, it will look like your linear differential equation. So, for that, what am I doing? I am bringing x cos square y, dividing both sides with what? X cos square y. So if I do that, on the left hand side, I will be getting dy by dx upon 1 upon cos square y minus sine 2y. If I expand, I'll get 2 sine y cos y upon x into cos square y equal to x cube. Cos and cos cancel. Right? This will become what? Tan. This will become what? Sec square. So I'll get sec square y dy by dx minus 2 by x tan y is equal to what? X square. Correct? This will be what? X square. Now, in this, if I take tan y to be t, what will be derivative? Sec square y dy by dx will be equal to dt by dx. Correct? Which is present here. So this will be converted down into linear equation. What will be that? Dt by dx minus 2 by x t equal to what? X square. Right? Now this is a linear differential equation. And if I find the integrating factor, what will be the integrating factor? IF will be e to the power integration of minus 2 by x dx. Right? Which will be nothing but e to the power minus 2 ln x. It will go up. And finally, I'll get 1 upon x square as an integrating factor, right? So first, to solving this, what I'll do, t into integrating factor, which is 1 upon x square, is equal to x square into 1 upon x square, which will be 1. If I solve it, integrate it, I'll be getting what? X plus c. Correct? What is t? T I consider to be tan y, right? It is what? Nothing but tan y. Now what they have given? Y of 1. Y of 1. So when I put x equal to 1, y is how much? Y is pi by 4. So tan y, tan will also be 1. So 1 upon 1 is equal to 1 plus c. I'll be getting c is equal to 0. C will be equal to what? 0. And if I solve this, I'll be getting tan y is equal to x cube, right? Tan y will be equal to what? X cube. And y will be equal to nothing but tan inverse x cube. If I put x equal to pi by 3, I'll be getting tan inverse pi by 3 whole cube, which will be tan inverse pi cube by 27, which is which option? Third option, right? Again, a very easy question. Let's look at the next one. This is a question from GP. What it is saying? Product of the first 3 terms of a GP is 27, right? We know if we need to assume the 3 terms of a GP, what will I assume it to be? We'll assume it to be what? A by R, A and AR. If I multiply them, I'll be getting A cube equal to 27. So it implies that A is equal to 3. Okay. Then what they are saying, then the range of the sum of this term, right? Sum of this term. So what I'll do, sum of these terms will be what? 3 by R plus 3 plus 3R, right? Out of this, if I take 3 common, I'll get 1 upon R plus 3, right? Now we know what is the maximum and the minimum value of 1 upon R plus R, right? This will be either greater than or equal to 2 or it will be less than or equal to minus 2, right? If it is greater than or equal to 2, S will become what? 3 into 2, 6 plus 3, 9. So S will be becoming what? Greater than or equal to 9. And if I take minus 2, it will become minus 6 plus 3, which is what? Minus 3. So S will be less than or equal to minus 3, right? So the sum of these terms range will be what? Range will be R minus 3 to 9. Now they have given that it is equivalent to what? A to B, right? A to B. So A will be equal to minus 3 and B will be equal to 9. So A square plus B square will be how much? 9 plus 81, which is 90. Right? So this was a integer type question, and what is the answer for this? 90. Now the last question. Okay, this is again a very easy question, a little bit based on substitution. What it is saying, if f be a real valued function, fx square equal to x square plus 1 is equal to this, right? Then what is the integration of 0 to 3 fx dx, right? Now if you can see, inside this also there is x square, this also there is x square. So I can just write x square as what? T, right? Or y you can say. I'm writing x square as t, so it will become what? F of t plus 1 is equal to t square plus 5t plus 2. Correct? F of t plus 1 equal to what? T square plus 5t plus 2. Now, fx dx they have integration, they have asked. What I'll say here, let's say x equal to t plus 1, right? So t will be equal to what? X minus 1 and dx will be equal to dt. So the limits what it will become when x is 0, t will be minus 1. When x is 2, x is 3, t will be what? 2. So it will become what? Now it will become f of t plus 1 dt. And we have f of t plus 1 in terms of this, right? What will be f of t plus 1? It will be minus 1 to 2 t square plus 5t plus 2 dt. If I integrate this, I will be getting t cube by 3 plus 5t square by 2 plus 2t, limits minus 1 to 2. If I put 2 and minus 3, I will be getting 8 by 3 minus 1 by 3 is equivalent to plus 5 by 2 into 4 minus 1, and then last plus 2 into 2 minus 1, right? This will become what? 8 plus 1, 9, 9 by 3 is 3, right? And this will be 3, 15 by 2. and then this 3 into 2, 6, right? So it is 9 plus 15 by 2, which is 18 plus 15 by 2, it will be 33 by 2, right? Which is option number 3rd, right? I think this is the last question. Yes, now I'll invite physics sirs to solve the next set of questions. Okay, thank you everyone.
Hello students. So as we have discussed, all our resonance expert faculty were telling that the calculations in the physics part was a little bit lengthy. So we were discussing in the classes also, the students who have reduced the usage of calculator, they are a little bit having advantage of it. So let us come to the next discussion. So this question is from current electricity. They are asking the equivalent resistance of this bridge. So this is a Wheatstone bridge, but this is not a balanced Wheatstone bridge. So R1 product of the resistance 3 into 3 is not equal to 6 into 6. So this is not a balanced Wheatstone bridge. So we can use star delta conversion, where this circuit can be, the delta can be converted into a star. So let us leave this resistors as it is. And if we are converting this delta into a star, this first resistors will be 3 into 6 by sum of the resistance. So sum of the resistors is 3 plus 6, which is nothing but 12. So 18 by 12. So this will be 3 by 2. And this product 3 into 3 divided by 12. So 9 by 12, 0.75, and this will also be 0.75. So we are converting this, because this is not a balanced Wheatstone bridge, we are converting the delta into a star configuration. And from this, we can clearly see that these two resistors are in series, and the bottom two resistors are also in series. Together we can find out the equivalent resistance, and that equivalent resistance will be in series with the 1.5 ohm resistor. So calculating the equivalent resistance, we'll get it as 4.2 ohm. So this is coming under the chapter of current electricity, calculating the equivalent resistance. Next, this is a SHM question. So they are giving the position of the particle as a function of time. So x is equal to a sine omega t. So the position, the particle is starting from its mean position. So they are asking the potential energy is minimum. So potential energy of the particle executing SHM is nothing but half k x square. K is nothing but m omega square. So m omega square x square. So the potential energy of the particle, we'll get it as m omega square a square sine square omega t by 2. So they are asking, when is the potential energy minimum? So potential energy will be minimum when the sine omega t is minimum. So the minimum value of sine theta is 0. So sine theta is 0 when theta is equal to 0, pi, 2 pi, like that. So it is an integral multiple of pi. So this is when the particle is at the mean position, the potential energy of the particle will be minimum. So using that, we'll get omega t is equal to pi. So 2 pi by t. So comparing this with time period t is equal to pi by 2 beta, so the maximum value of beta, we can say it will be 1. So this question is coming under simple harmonic motion, and this is also a formula based question where the position is given and they are asking when is the potential energy minimum. Coming to the next question, this is a calorimetry question using the concept of calorimetry. So heat exchange, heat released by the hot object is equal to heat absorbed by the cold object. So here the cold object is ice of mass 10 kg and the hot object is 100 kg of water which is at 25 degrees centigrade. Don't worry about this CGS unit conversion because all the specific heat capacities and latent heats are given in CGS units. Don't convert into SI unit and waste your time in your calculation. So first the ice which is at minus 10 degrees centigrade will try to gain heat to come to 0 degree centigrade. So the heat which is required is nothing but ms delta T. So S for ice is 1 by 2 into delta T is 10. Plus then when the ice which is at minus 10 will absorb heat and will come to 0 degree centigrade, and then the state of the ice starts melting. So where the heat absorbed by the ice to melt is nothing but mass into latent heat, which is nothing but 10 into 80 plus, again let us assume that the final temperature of the mixture is some T. So final temperature if it is T, so let us assume some heat, it has the ice has melted, and let us assume it is coming to a temperature T. So M, but here specific heat of water they gave it as 1. For ice it is 1 by 2 and for water it is 1. So Ms into T must be equal to the heat lost by the 100 kg of water. So we are assuming that the equilibrium temperature is T. So the heat lost by water is Ms delta T, Ms into delta T. So delta T is nothing but 25 minus T. So we are assuming T to be the equilibrium temperature. So this is the principle of calorimetry. So if we solve this, we'll get it as 12.5 degree centigrade. So this is also a little bit calculative question, but so much not complicated calculations are not involved in this question. So this is solvable and we cannot mark it as solve it for later such kind of question. Next, this is a ray optics question, and this is also a direct formula based question where they are telling the focal length of two lenses. One is a biconvex lens and the other lens is a plano-concave lens. They are telling the first the biconvex lens is refractive index 1.5 and the plano-concave lens refractive index is 1.7. The second radius of curvature of convex lens is equal to radius of curvature of the plano-convex lens. So if you are assuming this radius of curvature to be R, the second radius of curvature, and this is also equal. So the left side radius of curvature, let us assume some R1. We know by using the lens maker formula, the focal length is equal to mu2 by mu1 minus 1 into 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. So here for the first lens, focal length will be 1.5 minus 1 into 1 by R1 minus the second radius of curvature, sign convention will, the radius of curvature will be negative. So minus of minus 1 by R. This is the focal length of the biconvex lens, and if you are calculating the focal length of a plano-concave lens, the focal length will be minus 1 into this is 1 by infinite and this radius of curvature will be minus 1 by R. They are telling that both powers are equal. So focal length of both lenses has to be equal. So equating this, we'll get the answer to be 5 by 2. Next, They're asking the threshold voltage. They have given the threshold voltage of the diode. So if you are seeing the connection, so there are 3 diodes. So D1 is forward bias, D2 is reverse bias, and D3 is also forward bias. So current will be flowing only in forward bias condition. So current will be only flowing in, if this current is some I, it will be I by 2 and I by 2. So the current through the second diode will be 0. This is a reverse bias condition, and they have given that the voltage across the diode is 0.7 volt. This voltage, if it is 0.7, 20 minus 0.7, 19.3 will be the voltage across the 200 ohm. So current I will be 19.3 divided by 200. So this will be nearly 193 by 2 milliampere. So I will be 96.5 milliampere. 96.5 milliampere is the current flowing through the 200 ohm resistor. But they are asking the current flowing through D1 and D3. So the current flowing through the 200 ohm resistor will be equally splitting into I by 2 and I by 2. So the I by 2 value will be 48.25 milliampere. So, and current through the D2 diode will be 0. So fourth option will be the correct answer. Next, coming to this question, this is based on rigid body mechanics, and this is also calculation involved in it. This question you can mark it for as later. We can, if you are, this is a little bit time consuming question only because of calculation, but this is not a complicated question. So they are asking the torque applied about the axis they have given. So we have to apply tau is equal to I alpha. Torque is nothing but 45 into 10 power 2 dyne centimeter. So if you are converting dyne into Newton, into 10 power minus 2 is equal to I into alpha. So they are asking us the angular acceleration of the system. So we have to calculate the moment of inertia of this system about that axis. So they have given that there are 2 disks. So the moment of inertia of a disk about the diameter is mr square by 4. And for this disk is also it is mr square by 4. Mr square by 2 is about the axis. So this is mr square by 4 and mr square by 4. And we have to apply parallel axis theorem. So parallel axis theorem we have to apply plus m r1 square. And for this disk, we have to apply m r2 square. So we are applying the parallel axis theorem for this 2 disks about this axis, for which we are getting m1 r1 square, m1 r2 square, because the distances are not equal. So this is where time will be consumed because of the calculation. This is not a lengthy question or a complicated question. Only thing is the calculations are little bit lengthy. So as we were discussing in the classroom, so the students who have reduced the usage of calculator are at advantage. So the answer will be 1.5 by 11 radians per second square. So next, let us invite ma'am for the next part of the solution.
Set B. 5, 6, 6. Okay. So, okay, so we are ready with the set B questions of chemistry. Let's quickly see the questions. Okay, so this is the first question we are having from chemical bonding. Chemical bonding, this time questions came in each and every shift, right? So for April session, chemical bonding is must. Statement 1, among XCF4, BF4 negative and SF4, the species having equal MX bond length are FX4 and BF4 negative. Let's see what is the shape of this. So if I talk about XCF4, XCF4 is containing 8 electron in the outermost shell. So there will be 2 lone pair out of the plane, and here I am having the 4 bonds on the plane, right? So here I am having the 4 bonds on the plane. So when I am having these 4 bonds on the plane, all these are planar, hence bond length will be same. If I come to BF4 negative, if I come for BF4 negative, BF4 negative again, the shape is symmetrical tetrahedral, hence all bond length will be same. And if I come for SF4, if I come for the part of SF4, so SF4 containing 6 outermost shell electron. So it will be something like this. It depends upon the what? 5 bond species. That is your 2 axial and 2 planar species, like 2 equatorial and 2 planar. 2 equatorial and 2 planar species I am having trigonal bipyramidal. Trigonal bipyramidal, 2 axial, 2 planar, hence all the bond length will not be same. All the bond length will not be same. So it is saying FeX4 and BF4 bond length are same. Yes, bond length are same. Correct statement. Among O2 negative, O2 2 negative, O2 negative, F2 and O2 positive, it is saying the highest bond order is of F2 and O2 2 negative. Now this questions come from the MOT section, right? In MOT section now, as I can see, all the species belonging from more than 15 electron. So quickly we do the MOT electronic configuration. So what is electronic configuration? Sigma 1 is, sigma star 1 is, sigma 2 is, sigma star 2 is. Now then we are having the sigma 2pz, pi 2px is equals to pi 2py. You have to put this greater sign. Pi star 2px, pi star 2py, sigma star 2pz. So for all these species, it will follow this electronic configuration. So if I talk about O2 2 negative, so O2 is 8 and 8. That is what? 16 electron. 16 plus 2, 18 electron. So let's quickly fill it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So these are the 18 electron of O2 2 negative. Now if I found the bond order, what is bond order? Number of bonding electron minus number of anti-bonding divided by 2. So if I find bond order for O2 2 negative, bond order for O2 2 negative, number of bonding electron 2, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 are the bonding orbital and minus anti-bonding 2, 2, 4, then 5, 6, 7, 8. So it comes out to be 2 by 2, that is 1. So bond order of O2 2 negative comes out to be 1, and F2, because it is also a same number of electron, that is 18 electron, 9 and 9, so its bond order also comes out to be 1. If I like 2, 1 negative, 1 negative means 1 electron less. So in this 1 electron less, it will be 10 minus 7. 3 by 2, it comes out to be 1.5. And O2 positive. O2 positive means 16 electron, that too 1 electron anti-bonding is less. So it comes out to be 2.5. It comes out to be 2.5. Less will be the anti-bonding electron, more will be the bond order. Hence statement 1 is correct and statement 2 is wrong, because O2 2 negative, no, it is O2 positive and O2 negative which is having the more bond order. So statement 1 is correct and statement 2 is incorrect. Option 3 is the correct answer. Little lengthy one. You have to be really patient with this one. But yes, it is easy. Concept is easy. Doable question. Right? Okay. So the next question I am having is from the organic chemistry. So as soon as you have seen the CONOH H positive, as soon as you have seen this reagent, you know that this is coal-base electrolysis, coal-base reaction, sorry. So when we talk about the coal-base reaction, phenol. So this is phenol. What phenol will give under the CO2 NaOH and acidic hydrolysis? It will give me Orthopara substituted COH, but this is a major one due to the hydrogen bonding. This is your salicylic acid. What is this? Salicylic acid. So let's find out the correct answer. Select the correct statement. Q is more acidic than P. This is Q, this is P. So Q is more acidic. Yes, Q is more acidic because it is a salicylic acid, right? QP both dissolved in NaHCO3? No, both do not dissolve in NaHPO3. Only Q dissolve in NaHPO3? Correct. Now P and Q both dissolve in NaH and no. So this is also the, sorry, this is also the incorrect answer. So Q is more acidic than P. So this statement feels to be correct, right? Okay, so the correct statement is Q is more acidic than P. Next question, among the following colored ions, is or are? Okay, so the next question is from the inorganic chemistry D block chapter we are having. Let's find I find this question really very easy. Why? Let's check it out. Among the following which are colored, is or are? Now sometimes, most of the time, you people get confused with the color one. As soon as you see which is colored and such type of question, you got panic. But you don't need to be, because this is very easy. As you have seen, like, what is the suppose I am having S3 positive. S3 positive means D0. D0 means it is colorless, and it is asking both should be colored, right? So Sc3 positive, D is 0, it should be colorless. Now Ti4 positive, again Ti4 positive, D0, it is colorless. Similarly, if I look at this option, Sc3 positive, 3 positive, very easy, D0 colorless. NCERT says them it is colorless due to D0. Why? Colors mostly comes from the DD transition, right? This is the actual normal topic of the color. Now some exceptions are there, but that expression does not apply here. So only option 1, which is containing D1 and here configuration containing D electron, which contain the DD transition and makes the color. Right, so option 1 is the correct answer. So if you eliminate this, in organic I always say if you have this art of eliminating option, you can easily do the questions. Okay, so the next question I'm having is from the physical chemistry. At T Kelvin, 2 moles of liquid A and 3 moles of liquid B are mixed. The vapor pressure of ideal solution so formed is 320 mmHg. At this stage, 1 mole of A are mixed. Further, the vapor pressure is found to be 340. The vapor pressure of pure A and pure B. Okay, again I found it very easy. The formula you have to apply is total pressure is equals to pressure of A, mole fraction of A, plus pressure of B, mole fraction of B. So case 1, if I talk about, case 1 is saying what is the total pressure? Total pressure is 320. This value you need to find out Zaire. What is Zaire? Moles of A divided by total moles. What are total moles? 2 plus 3. So total moles will be 5. Plus pressure of B, moles of B divided by total moles. So it comes out to be 1600 is equals to 2 P naught A plus 3 P naught B. I can say this is my equation 1. Now from case 2 will give me, what is the total pressure given? 340. So 340 is equals to pressure of A, mole fraction. Now please look at here what is in the next statement is saying. At this stage 1 mole of A is mixed. So 1 mole of A is mixed means earlier it was 2 moles, 1 mole is mixed, total moles become 3. Now 3 moles here and 3 moles here, total moles will be 6. So 3 by 6. 3 by 6 comes out to be 1 by 2 plus P naught B. 3 by 6 comes out to be 1 by 2. This entire statement comes out to be 680, correct? P naught A plus P naught B. So I got my second statement. I put here. I'll solve the equation 1 and 2. And when you solve equation 1 and 2, it comes out to be P naught B comes out to be 240 and P naught A comes out to be 440, right? So P naught A comes out to be 440, you can easily solve it, and P naught B comes out to be 240. So answer is option 2. 440 mmHg is P naught A and 240 mmHg is P naught B. Understood? Okay, let's move on to the next question. Next question comes from the organic chemistry, carbonyl compounds. This time carbonyl compounds chapter was really very important. In each and every session we saw the question from this area, right? Observe the following reaction: C3H6Cl2 excess of NaNH2. NaNH2 mostly give us alkyne, right? So C3H6Cl2, how I can make it? Something like this, right? So when it react with excess of NaNH2, it will give me what? Something this sort of alkyne, right? Then the next is step is reacting with Hg2 positive. So it will further give me ketone. Simply it will give me ketone, right? Easy. So I got this ketone here. Acetone I got. So what's the question is saying? The product Y. So this is my Y. This is my Y. Which of the following tests? So Y product will give which of the following tests? So first option is Tollens test. So Tollens test is only given by alpha hydroxyketone. Hence Tollens cannot be the answer. Second, Lucas test. No, only by alcohol. Iodoform test. Iodoform test. Yes, I can see the iodoform test because carbon-carbon, that is C double bond O, should contain CH3 to give iodoform test. So iodoform test is correct. Phelan's text. Again a big no for Phelan's text. So option 3 is the correct answer. That this ketone will give the iodoform test. Right? Next question, what we are having? Okay, so the biomolecules question, and especially from the peptide amines region. And again, we have seen the amines part in the from the biomolecules very commonly this time in the mains. So consider the following polypeptides. So polypeptides we have to see. In the given polypeptide, Y is essential amino acid present. The correct representation of Y and the name of amino acid, correct sequence of polypeptide is. So whatever the given is in front of me, I have to identify the correct sequence here, right? Okay, so as we know, NH2 and CONH will remain the same for everyone. Now CH, by this, what is this? CHOH, CH3. CHOH, CH3 is what? Threonine, right? Threonine it is. So option 2 comes out of league because one is threonine. One is threonine. Second, what is given is CH2OH. What is CH2OH? CH2OH is serine, right? CH2OH is serine. So, okay, it is in everyone. I cannot eliminate by this. Next I am having is CH3. Next what I am having is CH3. CH3 obviously our alanine, right? So aniline again, the third one is alanine. So this comes out of the league. Only the option 1 and 4 can be the answer. After aniline I am having is CH2SH. What is CH2SH? Cysteine, right? So cysteine comes in here but not here. So again this comes out of the league and the answer will be option 1. Answer will be option 1, that is threonine, serine, alanine, cysteine, aspartame. Obviously this is your aspartic acid and this is your glycine. Aspartic acid and last one is your glycine, right? So okay, so the option 1 is the correct answer. So we are done with the set B of chemistry. Okay, so we'll moving on to the next set, that is your third set for the today's exam. Hope you had a really great exam. For the next evening session, those who are seeing it, chemical bonding question and chemical bonding questions from coordination, all these three things you have to see it properly, right? Okay, so let's move on to the next set.
Okay, now coming to maths part. Okay, our first question is from the complex number. Let Z be a complex number lying in the first quadrant such that modulus of Z minus 6 equal to 5 and modulus of Z minus 3 iota plus 5 equal to 7. So by satisfying these two equations, first we find the value of z, and then for that value of z, we find the value of this expression. Okay. Now, first, if I write this equation as this is the equation of circle in Cartesian system form. So center is 6, 0, radius is 5, x minus 6 whole square plus y square equal to 25. This is the first equation of circle. And second equation of circle, x plus 5 whole square and plus y minus 3 whole square equal to 49. These are the equation of circle. Now we need point of intersection. Now when we solve these two, we'll get the point of intersection. Now let me check, as most probably point of intersection has the integer coordinate. If I try with 3 square, 4 square, like that one, then here if x is 2 and y is 3, satisfying. If x is 2 and y is 3, that is also satisfying. Okay, so our point of intersection of these two circles is 2, 3. Then here we got z is equal to 2 plus 3 iota. Now for this value of z, we need to find this value of this expression, as this is cubic. Either first I put the value of z here and then we expand it, or first we get a quadratic polynomial which is going to be 0 for this value of z. So z minus 2 equal to 3 iota. If we square on both sides, then what we are getting? Z square minus 4z plus 4, and this is minus 9. Minus 9 came this side, 9 and 4 is 13 equal to 0. This quadratic polynomial is 0 for this value of z. Okay. Now what I do? We divide this expression, this cubic polynomial, with this, because this is equal to 0, we write that one in terms of z square minus 4z plus 3. So if we divide z cube minus 7z square plus 25z and plus 16 by z square minus 4z plus 13, because we have value of this one, then z cube minus 4z square and plus 13z. If we subtract, minus plus minus, sign got changed. Here you are getting minus 3z square plus 25 minus 13 plus 12z and plus 16. Further we divide, we are getting minus 3. If we multiply and write here, minus 3z square plus 12z and minus 39. Now if we subtract, plus minus plus, here this got cancel out, this got cancel out, 16 and 39, that is equal to 55. Okay, so dividend can be written as divisor into quotient plus remainder, as divisor part is 0 into quotient also be 0, and what remain? Remainder. So what is the answer? Its answer is 55. Okay, now coming to next question. The common difference of AP A1, A2, A3, AM is 13 times the common difference of this AP. Okay, common difference of first AP is the 13 times of common difference of second AP. A 78 equal to 327 and B 43 is equal to minus 385 and B 31 is equal to minus 277, then A1 is equal to. Now to get the A1, if we use the nth term of this AP, then A plus 77D. Now A1 we need, it means I need D of this AP, first AP, and for the D of first AP they give that D of first AP is the 13 times D of second AP. So I'm going to use it. Okay, so first we are going to find the D of a common difference of second AP, B43 minus B31. If we subtract, then what we are getting? As we are getting here minus, then plus 85 and 23, that is equal to 108. Okay, now B44 minus B31, as this is A plus 30D and this is A plus 42D, then what you will get later? 12D is equal to minus 108. So we are getting value of D, that is equal to minus 9. Okay, this is the common difference of second AP. Now I need common difference of first AP. Okay, let me assume this one as D2, then D1. Common difference of first AP, that is 13 times minus 9. So what we are getting? Minus 117. Okay. Now, by using this D1, we just need to use this formula that can be written as A plus 77D. D is minus 117 equal to 327. Just we multiply and we write to right and we get the value of A. Okay. This is the first term now. Now coming to next question. Find the possible number of triplets such that x square plus 2 is divisor of x cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, where bcd less than equal to 20 and bcd are natural numbers. Okay. So this is the question from quadratic equation, system of equation. Okay. Now x cube plus bx square plus cx plus d as they go, such that this one is divisor of this expression, this cubic polynomial. So if this is the divisor, this is going to be a factor. So one factor is going to be x square plus 2. Now this is quadratic and this total is cubic. So remaining factor has to be linear. I am assuming ax plus b. Okay. Now later we need to find the value of a and b. Can I say as this product will be equal to this one? Here x cube coefficient is 1. So when we multiply here we get x cube. So can I say that coefficient of x will be 1? Then only we get x cube na. Okay. And then plus, I'm assuming this one as x plus a. Now we need value of a. Now if we compare the coefficient, because both polynomials are equal, then coefficient of x cube is 1, this side also 1. Coefficient of x square is b, and this side coefficient of x square is, that is a only. Coefficient of x is c, this side coefficient of x is 2 only. Here constant term is d and constant term here is 2a. Okay. Now as c is already fixed, b depend on a, and here a we assume. Now if we club these two, then I am getting that d is equal to 2a, a equal to b, so d equal to 2b. So these are the conditions for BCD. C is fixed, that is 2. For C we have only one option, that is fixed. D is equal to 2b, so b can be anything less than equal to 20, but actually if you put b equal to 1, d will be 2, b equal to 2, d will be 4, but b cannot be greater than 10, because if b is greater than 10, then d will be greater than 20, that is not possible. So for b, how many options we have? 10 option, 1 to 10. D automatically fixed because its value depend on b. So total how many triplets we have? How many options we have? That is equal to 10. Okay. So total we have 10 possible triplets. Now coming to next question. Given conic x square minus y square sec square theta equal to 8, whose eccentricity is E1 and length of lattice sectum is L1, and for conic eccentricity is E2 and length of lattice sectum is L2. If E1 square equal to E2 square into 1 plus sec square theta, then the value of E1 L1 by E2 L2 into 10 theta. Okay. So obviously we need value of theta, we need E1 E2 also, and for that one we use this given equation. Okay. First let me write these equations of conic into standard form. So first one is x square by 8 minus y square by 8 cos square theta equal to 1, and second conic is x square by 6 plus y square by 6 cos square theta equal to 1. Okay, now eccentricity are E1 and E2. What is the eccentricity? This one is the hyperbola. So 1 plus b square by a square, what we are getting? Cos square theta. Eccentricity of ellipse, that is 1 minus b square by a square, so 1 minus cos square theta. Okay. Now we just put the value there. So if we put the value here, E1 square, that is 1 plus cos square theta equal to E2 square 1 minus cos square theta into 1 plus sec square theta. Now if we simplify this one, 1 sec square, or sec square can be written as 1 by cos square, then 1 minus cos square theta into sec square 1 by cos square theta LCM. Then we are getting 1 plus cos square theta in numerator, and this side 1 plus cos square theta. This 1 plus cos square theta and numerator got cancel out. Then we got cos square theta that came from here equal to 1 minus cos square theta. So from here cos square theta is equal to 1 by 2. cos square theta equal to 1 by 2 we got, and from here tan theta also we need. So tan theta is equal to 1. Obviously theta is equal to pi by 4. Now E1 and E2. E1 cos square theta equal to 1 by 2. 1 plus 1 by 2 E1 square, that is equal to 3 by 2. Then from here E2, 1 minus 1 by 2, that is equal to 1 by 2. E2 square is there. Okay, now what we want? E1, E2, L1, L2. Okay, so again, if I write this equation as we have value of cos square theta, that is 1 by 2, x square by 8 minus y square by 4 equal to 1. And this equation of ellipses, x square by 6 plus y square by 3 equal to 1. Now what do you want? L1 and L2 are the length of lattice rectum of these conics. So L1 2b square by a. So 2b square, that is 2 into 4 by a is root 8. A square is 8. So we are getting root 8. Then here L2, length of lattice rectum of this one, again ellipse, a is greater than b. So 2b square by a is root 6. So again what we are getting? Root 6. Now what do you want? Value of E1 by E2 into L1 by L2 into tan theta. Okay. So E1 by E2 first. Here E1 square by E2 square is 3. So E1 by E2 is root 3. L1 by L2, root 8 by root 6, that is equal to root 2 cancel, 2 by root 3. And tan theta is equal to 1 from here. So what we got finally? Value is equal to 2. Okay, value is equal to 2 only. Okay, this was little bit lengthy. Now coming to next question. This is the question from the matrices. And what they give? A, they give a 2 by 2 matrix, and B is equal to x1, y1. Actually, this was B into x1, x2 equal to 12 minus 6, where B is equal to I plus A whole inverse, then x1 minus x2. Okay. Now they give the equation B into x1, x2 equal to 12 minus 6. We put the value of B. B is I plus A whole inverse, x1, x2 equal to 12 minus 6. Now what I'm doing? I'm multiplying with I plus A on both sides. Then I plus A into I plus A inverse I. I into this one is x1, x2. Then here I plus A into what we got? 12 minus 6. Now I'm going to put the value of I plus A. This is A. We add I. Then what we'll get? 13 minus 5, 10 and 7. Okay. Now 12 and minus 6. Now if we multiply, what we are getting? 13 into 12, that is equal to 156. Okay. And plus 30. That is 156 and plus 30 is 186. Now second element, second row, first column, 120 minus 42. 120 minus 42, that is equal to minus 78, sorry, plus 78. Okay. Okay, so 120 minus 42, that is equal to minus plus 78. Now what they are asking? They are asking value of x1 minus x2. By the way, this is only matrices x1, x2. So x1 minus x2, 186 minus 78. What we are getting? 108. Okay. So second one is correct one only. Now coming to next question. Let the line L x plus 2 root 2y minus 4 equal to 0. Cut the x-axis and y-axis at AB. Respectively, consider an equilateral triangle ABC such that 0, 0 is the orthocenter. As the triangle is equilateral triangle, then orthocenter and centroid coincide. So centroid is also 0, 0. If C is alpha, beta, Okay, so what he says C is alpha comma beta, then the value of modulus of alpha plus root 2 beta. So this is our triangle ABC. Equation of line AB they give x plus 2 root 2 y minus 4 equal to 0. This line intersects the x and y axis at A and B. So A is the point of intersection with x axis. We put y equal to 0. We are getting 4 comma 0. B is the point of intersection with y axis. So we put x equal to 0 and we are getting 0 comma 4 by 2 root 2. It means root 2. Now they give orthocenter is 0 comma 0, then centroid is also 0 comma 0 because both coincides, and vertex C is alpha comma beta. Then what do you want? Alpha plus root 2 beta. Now can I say x1 plus x2 plus x3, alpha plus 4 is equal to 3 times of 0, alpha equal to minus 4. y1 plus y2 plus y3, beta plus root 2, that is 3 times of 0, then beta equal to minus root 2. We got alpha equal to minus 4 and beta equal to minus root 2. Then beta minus root 2 into root 2 minus 2, alpha is minus 4, so minus 4 minus 2 is minus 6 and modulus value is plus 6. Okay, so this was the answer. Now as till now we discussed the total 18 questions in mathematics. Okay, and out of those 18 whatever we receive, now you can see that total approx more questions we have from the 11th class, and here 8 questions is approx from the 12th and remaining are from the 11th. It means might be in final also total number of questions from the 11th portion came the more than the 12th portion. And as you see here we redefine here what is the difficulty level, medium, easy or medium, easy or difficult. So again you can see here that most of them are easy. It means, and this is for always approx in maths, what will be the average, that half of the question will be easy and from the remaining half some of the difficult and some of the medium. Okay, now here you see in statistics questions from the mean deviation came. Okay, from ITF one question came from the equation where first you need to find the value of k and then later you need to find the total number of solution of the given equation. By solving you got two value, but actually there was only one which can satisfy the given equation. From the indefinite integration one question came, quadratic equation one question came, that was the easy, and actually you can say that same type of the things you already use in PYQ also you will see, so that was repeated type of the question. Data got changed but procedure were easy and that was average only. And vector scalar product question came. Acha, by the way, this time if you see from the sequence and series multiple question came, and actually both question were easy only. Sorry, one was the difficult, one was the easy. Okay, so this was the overall that you can take the screenshot. And now for the next I request to Jackie sir to join us.
All right, let's start the physics portion, and what we have is here sort of like 8 questions, and we will see the trend there that despite being saying the physics was easy, yeah, it was easy, there is no doubt about it. However, it was lengthy. You will see soon enough. So here we have our first question, which is saying find the de Broglie wavelength associated with the deuteron with the kinetic energy k and alpha particle with the kinetic energy of 2k. Now it's easy one. This is not the calculative one. Here the de Broglie wavelength lambda formula is gonna be h divided by square root of, we are supposed to write momentum which is gonna be 2m into kinetic energy, let's call it k. So lambda for deuterium, d lambda for alpha particle, this, and then we get h divided by square root of 2 into the mass of deuterium is gonna be 2 AMU and kinetic energy is K, and this thing is gonna be square root of 2 into the mass of the alpha particle is gonna be 4 and K value is given as 2K. So here we are going to get H and H cancel, 2 and 2 cancel, this T cancel, we got 2 into 2 you are going to get 4, so square root of 4 by square root of 1, and just like that our question is done. That is gonna be second option here. Moving on to the next thing, which is electrostatic question. Again, not too difficult, and neither it's calculative. It says find the work done by the external agent moving the 3 nano or 10 to the power minus 9 coulombs from large separation to this point. Basically, the work done is equals to minus of potential energy change. However, we don't care about the plus and minus charge because we don't know work done is going to be positive. So let's skip that thing, like change delta P, and directly write that initial potential energy for the C particle is going to be 0. When it reaches there, it is going to be K Q1 into Q3 by R1 plus K Q2 Q3 by R2. By the way, this is the R1, that is the R2, this is Q1, this is Q2, that is my Q3. So here K divided by 3 is going to be common, and the charges are going to be first 1 into 3 plus another one is going to be 2 into 3. So as you can see, this is going to be 3 and this is going to be what, 6. So 9 divided by 3, this is going to be 3K, which is going to give you a data which is gonna be 27. Now this is going to be 10 to the power something. We didn't do the calculation thoroughly, but just by doing this, you can tell this is the answer. If you wanna go in a more depth, precise version, I would suggest that this thing is in centimeters. So make sure you write the meter. These things are nano or 10 power minus 9 into 10 power minus 9 coulomb, make it into coulomb, and if you do that, you would be getting this thing as 10 to the power minus 11, which will become 2.7 into 10 to the power minus 10. Oh, sorry, my mistake. It is gonna be 7 right here, 10 power minus 7. Now, moving on to the next question. Next question is from Newton's law of motion. Okay, and Newton's law of motion, here they're asking what would be the additional force. As it written here, the mass of the block 5 kg is placed on the wedge on inclination 30 degree. Find the force applied. Move the block downward with the constant speed. The first thing you need to know, is it the static friction or kinetic friction? So let's check that. We can check that with the angle of repose, which is tan inverse mu, and this theta, let's call it theta 2 angle of repose, it is gonna be tan inverse root 3 by 2. Mind you, we don't know this thing, but we do know we need to compare this with the 30 degree, and as it stands, the 30 degree is actually greater than that, because 30 degree literally means let's see this thing. You know what, let's see in a much better way. We have a different way of doing it. Suppose you don't know all these things. Okay, there's a much simpler method. If you don't know, simply do one thing. Just subtract mg sine theta, the downward force, and probably the friction force which is occurring upward, mu mg cos theta. You don't have to go through the angle of repose if you do that. So here, let's check this thing. It is going to be 50 because that's a 5, and sine 30 is gonna be 1 by 2 minus mu value is root 3 by 2, and multiplied by this cos 30, which is gonna be also root 3 by 2. So here we get 50, here we get 1 by 2, here we get what, 3 by 4. So this is gonna be 1 by 4, 50 by 4 is gonna be 12.5. So just like that, you can get the answer, but in some cases you might have to check out the angle of repose. For now, answer is 12.5. Moving on to the next. Now next one is moderate level, as it written here. It's only because this is calculated. We have to smart about this one. Now you can just brute force this entire thing and calculate the work done for this parabola, but I would highly suggest you do in a smart way. This thing is given v minus 2 whole square is equals to 4 into p minus 1. So what you should do is consider this thing as x, v minus 2 as x, and p minus 1 as y. This will become y is equals to x square by 4, which will look like a parabola passing through 0, 0 and going toward plus 1 and minus 1. So you just need to calculate this area and subtract from the rectangle. And by the way, this is given 1. And if you put here v is equals to 1, you're gonna get this thing in up to 5 by 4, which means this height right here is gonna be 1 by 4 here. Now we just need to get that yellow shaded area, and very easy. It's an integration from -1 to 1 for y dx, which is going to be 2 times, because we know it's an even function, it is just kind of like symmetric about that vertical yellow line. So 0 to 1 x square by 4 dx. So it is going to be 2. This is going to be x cube divided by 12, and then 0 to 1, which is going to be 1 by 6. And once you know it's a 1 by 6, now let's talk about the entire rectangle we got here. So entire rectangle is going to get an area of, this is going to be 2, this is going to be 1 by 4, so it is going to be 1 by 2. So final answer is going to be rectangle area 1 by 2 minus 1 by 6, which is going to be 1 by 3. However, you may see that there is no positive 1 by 3. Reason for that is, it's pretty simple. This thing is anti-clockwise. That's why it is negative. Okay, work done is going to be negative for anti-clockwise cyclic process. Moving on. And now this is a statement. You just have to read the statement and check which one is correct. The first one says, when a planar wavefront passes through a prism, its wavefront does not change. Wavefront does not change, which is literally true, because the prism does not do any conversion. What it does is deviation. The light ray will still be parallel, which means the planar wave will remain planar wave. So first statement is correct. Next is, if the distance between the slits decreases, which means small d decreases, and the distance between slit and screen, which is capital D, increases, then what will happen to the fringe width? Now fringe width, my friend, it's beta. It is d lambda divided by small d, which is going to be, well, increase, decrease, overall increase. So statement 1 and 2 both are correct. This one I consider very easy, non-calculative, conceptual based. I like this question. Moving on to the next. Next we have vernier caliper question, and this one is a moderate only because it's talking about the zero error. So let's see what this thing is. In vernier caliper, when nothing is placed between the jaws, the 0 of the vernier scale ahead of 0 of main scale by 4th division. Do you know what it means? It means it have positive 0 error. So let's write this thing. Positive 0 error of 0 point, it's a 4th division of vernier scale, 0.4 mm. Now reading, it says for the vernier caliper is, the gap of the main scale goes 15 and 5th vernier scale division, which means it is 15 mm plus this is 5 into least count with the vernier, which is 0.1. Basically it's gonna be 15.5 millimeter. Now for actual answer, actual reading, it is going to be the reading which we got from the scale and 0 error, which means 15.5 minus 0.4, that is going to be 15.1. So third option is going to be correct answer. Moving on to the next. Next we have two identical cells with the same EMF, same internal resistance respectively, are connected first in series then parallel, and despite those connection, the total current we got here is actually same for the external resistance 6, which means first of all let's make series connection first, which gonna look like that. This is the external resistance 6, and here we got E, R, E and R, and then we got here E, R, E and R, and then we got external resistance here 6. So here current is going to be simply 2E divided by 6 plus R, and here current is gonna be E, because it's in parallel, divided by 6 plus parallel resistance R by 2. So we just need to equate these two things and simplify it, and let's begin the simplification, which is gonna be 2E is divided by 6 plus R is equals to E divided by 6 plus R by 2. E cancel, multiply this thing, you're gonna get here 12 plus this is gonna be R is equals to 6 plus, we got here, oops, sorry, my mistake, that's a 2R. So that is gonna be R is equals to 6. Answer is R is equals to 6 here. Moving on to the next question. Next question we have again from current electricity. And this one is moderate because it's talking about potentiometer. You need to know the basics of potentiometer. Otherwise, this is going to be way longer calculation. So in a nutshell, in a simple terms, I would say that the potential difference across the battery or across the external resistance we got is supposed to be E divided by external resistance, internal resistance of the battery into external resistance, which they have connected. That is equals to potential gradient into the length, which is given 120 or 180. Once we know that, it's a piece of cake. So let's write this values. E, we do not know, don't care. And we got here R1 is equals to 4 internal resistance small r multiplied with 4x into, and then we have 120 centimeter right there. Then divided by E divided by, we got next one is 12 plus R into 12 is equals to X into 180. The reason I have divided because there are so many variables and they can be get rid just by doing the simple divide. Like for example, E gone, X gone, these simplified, why not? This thing is gonna be 2, 3, that is gonna be 3, 3 and 3 cancel each other. So what is left in the entire mumbo jumbo? It's gonna be 12 plus R, 12 plus R and 4 plus R is equals to 2. Then 12 plus R is equals to 8 plus 2R. Then R is equals to 4. That is the answer. Answer here is equals to 4. And now after that we will talk about the analysis. So let's do a quick one because here we have a lot of stuff to talk. Moving on to like first categorization, like which question came from 11th, which question came from 12th, which is beneficial, which is not, where should you focus and where should you slightly less focus basically. So here we got 11th 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like the trend is following. Last day we also saw this thing on the 25th as well as in 24th as well, that the 11th part is like they are decreasing it. They are moving towards the chapter which are more formula based, more straightforward, rather than a mechanics which can be made complicated. What they're looking for, that whether you know the subject or not whether you can get a master of this subject or not, because that is going to be checked one way or another in advance. So that is also kind of like a sort of like a prediction we are doing, that in advance there will be lots of mechanics will be there. So study hard, do the derivation for 11th. Now coming back to this mains here, there's a lot more in 12th, and one thing is kind of like great that they have followed the trend of asking geometrical optics a lot. Like we got ray optics, and then we got here wave optics. These chapter we saw from couple of days that they are definitely are there. They are in terms of length, they are in terms of YDSC, but they are definitely there. Now other than that, which is not surprising, is this semiconductor. Now the semiconductor here appeared as biasing of diode, it appears as logic gate, it appears as a Xeno diode also, but now again it's appear. Now for the 12th, few last point I would say, like there is gonna be modern physics, and then there is current electricity, and who can forget electrostatics. Now these, current electricity in a bunch, look at that. So basically these chapters are kind of like weightage ones, so make sure you pay attention to them. Now other than that, if I have to talk a little bit about 11th, which you really should not skip for the advanced, like really don't skip it no matter what, and that is gonna be this tiny word which is simply 3 letters, RBD, but this is a huge chapter. It's basically mechanics. Do that. You don't have to do the energy, momentum and all the stuff, but do make sure you complete that. Now after this, I will welcome our chemistry faculty, chemistry expert Vamsi sir, to take it from here.
Thank you, Jakir sir. So let's discuss the last few questions from chemistry and continued by analysis also. So first question, as you can see, this is a question from organic chemistry, that too particularly organic compounds containing nitrogen, right? And from first shift onwards, we are repeatedly saying organic questions, that too with nitrogen, mandatory means mandatory, right? So compulsory the questions are coming, whether they are linked with benzene or normal compound like this, but definitely nitrogen containing compounds is coming, whether it may be in the form of amines, cyanides, nitro compounds, diazonium salt, whatever it is, but definitely question will be there. So which of the following reaction is correctly matched with the product form? So just they have given the reactions and we have to see the product given is matching to the reagent and reactant combination or not. So when you take a CS3 C double bond O NH2 amide, when treated with bromine plus KOH, Hoffman bromamide reaction, that C double bond O has to be removed. Therefore, CS3 NH2 will be formed methanamide. This is correct. Then CS3 C double bond NH2 again with the same reagent. Reaction is same actually, but a product only he has changed. So this is wrong. And coming to CS3CN. CS3CN on reduction with the lithium aluminum hydride, we should get CH3. As the 2 carbons are there here, we should get the reduction product as CS3CH2 NH2, but given is only CS3NH2, therefore this is also wrong. Coming to the fourth option, CS3NC on reduction with the lithium aluminum hydride, we should get the secondary amine because you are starting with isocyanide. So secondary amine should be formed, that is CS3NHCH3, but given is CS3 CH2 NH2. So only statement 1 is correct. So that will be the perfect answer. So going to the next question, this is also from organic chemistry, particularly haloalkanes and hydrocarbons combination, right? So he has given C3H6Cl2 and treated with NaNH2. Alkyl halide with NaNH2. What is the function of NaNH2? NaNH2 is used for dehydrohalogenation, for the removal of HCl here. So if a HCl is removed, that too 2 times HCl is removed, whether it is this compound or this compound, it will be resulting in the formation of CH3 C triple bond CH, right? Propine. Now this propine with mercuric sulfate and dilute sulfuric acid will undergo hydration reaction, resulting in the formation of CH3 COH double bond CH2, which will tautomerize to CH3 C double bond O CH3. So this is compound Q, right? This is a compound Q, acetone. Now the same compound C, that is propine, on passing through red hot iron tube. What will happen? What is the reaction of alkynes passing through red hot iron tube? It is polymerization reaction or trimerization reaction. When acetylene or ethine is passed through red hot iron tube, you will get a benzene by trimerization. But here it is methyl acetylene. That means propine you are passing, therefore we will be getting mesitylene as the product. Yes, mesitylene as the product. This is compound R. Now, what is the question here? Find the ratio of hydrogens in R and Q. How many hydrogens are present in R? Number of hydrogens in R, HR by HQ is equal to 3 into 3, 9 plus 10, 11, 12. So 12 hydrogens in R, and how many hydrogens are there in Q? 6 hydrogens are present in Q. So 12 by 6, 2:1. So 2:1 is the answer for this question, right? So going to the next question, match the column 1 with the column 2 with the appropriate test to identify, right? Very easy, and repeatedly question is asked from this concept. From starting shift onwards, we are discussing all these, particularly in this shift, in this paper, carbonyl compounds, aldehydes and ketones is much stressed. Multiple questions came from this chapter related, right? So coming to first one, C6H5 C double bond O CH2 CH3. So this is a ketone. but it is not a methyl ketone. So iodoform test will not be given, right? Then 2,4-DNP can be given. Tolerance test will not be given. Failings also will not be given. So P should be only with B. P with B. So P with A is given. This is wrong. P with B correct. Then second is aromatic aldehyde. Aromatic aldehyde. Aromatic aldehyde will give 2,4-DNP as usual like any carbonyl compound, and also will give only tolens. Failings and benedics will not be given. So remember this point, very important. So therefore aromatic aldehyde iodoform test will not be given. 2,4-DNP test will be given. Tolerance test will be given. Failings will not be given. So Q should be B and C. Q should be B and C given here. Q should be B, C, D is also given. So this can be eliminated. B, C, D is also given. This also can be eliminated. So answer is option 1. Let us see the third one also. R compound C6H5CH2CHO aldehyde. Therefore iodoform test will not be given. 2,4-DNP will be given. Tolerance will be given. Failings also will be given. So R should be given with B, C and D. B, C and D matching. And coming to S, it is a methyl ketone. Iodoform test will be given. 2,4-DNP test will be given. Tolerance and failings will not be given. A and B should be there. That is also matching. So perfect answer is what? Option 1. Very simple, very interesting also. Good question. Going to the next question. This is a question from physical chemistry, atomic structure, but the question is a very simple, direct conceptual question. Atomic structure, it is he has given the diagram, and based on this diagram you have to identify the radial node. So node is a point where there will be probability of finding the electron density is 0. That is where psi will become 0, right? Wave function psi will become 0. So psi will become 0 at this intersection point. So very simple, that option 1 will be the correct answer, right? So next question, calculate the sum of number of geometrical isomers coordination compounds related question it is. So looking like that it will take more time. So mentioned here a moderate, but to me I say like it will take much more time, that it can be taken into the difficult part also. Now let's see. And also entire coordination compounds very easily, very comfortably students will be preparing, but they will feel very much difficulty when they come to the isomerism part, especially when they come to the stereoisomerism of coordination compound. Please don't ignore this part, because this part is also very important in competitive exams, particularly even in JEE Advanced. It is a repeated question from optical and geometrical isomerism of coordination compounds, right? So now if you see, calculate the number of geometrical isomers of this compound. Here he is mentioning that he is asking for the geometrical isomers, means let us assume that this is the compound of and these are all the questions are memory based question. Therefore there will be difference from the original questions whatever NTA will release later on, official questions. So at that time little difference will be there from these questions, right? So number of geometrical isomers for this compound. This is a compound with a square planar complex. If you assume it as, it is a compound with all 4 monodentate ligands different, A, B, C and D, right? So whenever monodentate ligands, all 4 different monodentate ligands are there, then 3 structures, 3 geometrical isomers will come, A and B trans, A and C trans, A and D trans. So 3 geometrical isomers will come. Now point is that NO2 and CN are ambidentate ligands. That means in NO2 minus there can be nitrogen as the donor atom, or even oxygen also can be the donor atom. So by taking a nitrogen you should consider, and also by taking oxygen also you have to consider. This is the twist in this question, and also 3 complexes you have to handle. Therefore time taking will be more, and also tricky question. So therefore it is of difficult level. Now when I take nitrogen being the donor atom, and in cyanide C being the donor atom, let us assume. So when these 2 are taken as the donor atoms, here you will be getting 3. And if I take oxygen being the donor atom, and same cyanide C only is the donor atom, then 3 will come here. And here NO2 will be taken as it is, NO2 minus will be taken as it is, and NC minus. Nitrogen is taken as the donor atom and carbon is not the donor atom. Here you will be getting 3 as another 3 geometrical isomers. And if you take both reverse, ONO minus and NC minus, right? So here oxygen is the donor atom and nitrogen is the donor atom. See here, nitrogen, carbon, oxygen, carbon, nitrogen, nitrogen, and here oxygen, nitrogen. So all different types of donor atom combination we are taking. So here another 3 geometrical isomers you can take that. Total it comes here 12. From this complex it is 12. Understanding it? Sorry. Next, he is asking for the second complex, number of optically inactive isomers of MOX twice Cl2, oxalate ligand and Cl2. 2 monodentate chloride ligands are there, and optical inactive isomer is what? The trans isomer is there, that is optical inactive. So this complex is 1. And the number of geometrical isomers of MCl3Br3. Whenever you are taking MA3B3, 2 isomers will be possible, that is facial and meridional. Very important, even in NCERT also we are having. So facial and meridional, so 2 will come from here. So altogether it is a 12 plus 1 plus 2. So it becomes 15 as the answer for this question, right? So hope you have enjoyed this question also. Now going to quick analysis part from whatever the question we have collected. 20 questions we have got. From these 20 questions you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 questions are from 11 standard and remaining 11 questions are from 12 standard. And hopefully the remaining 5 questions whatever are missing may be majoritarily from the 12 standard. As already I told, again I am telling 40 to 45% will be the 11 standard, 55 to 60% will be the 12 standard papers, 12 standard paper questions, right? Then second part, that means understand one thing, when the questions are asked in this manner itself is what the balancing. It is not perfect balancing. 50-50 is not perfect balance between 11th and 12th. 11th to be 40 to 45 and 12th to be 55 to 60 is what the balanced paper, because of the number of concepts we are having in 12th standard in comparison to 11th. But 11th foundation is mandatory for 12th, right? So coming to difficulty level also, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Out of the 20 questions itself, you are having 8 questions of the easiest level. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This I do not take it as a moderate, I take it as a tough. So 11 questions are there of the moderate type and only 1 question is looking like a difficult, that too because of the time consumption, not the heaviness in the concept. Understanding it? So therefore, majority of the questions are from the easy and moderate. That is why this session, this shift paper stood as a student favored chemistry paper, right? Best scoring paper among all physics, chemistry and maths, right? So you can see the chapters also. Quantitative analysis, very regularly question will be asked. Periodic table, mandatory it is from phenols, GOC, then phenols, another question, then alkynes and carbonyl compounds, alkynes, biomolecules, alkynes, carbonyl compounds. So these many questions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 itself from the 20 are from organic chemistry and remaining are from physical and inorganic chemistry. Understand, in this shift, number of questions from organic chemistry were little higher than from the physical and inorganic chemistry. And interconversions in organic chemistry are very, very important. Functional group identification and quantitative analysis also. So this is all from my side, and overall paper analysis and discussion also. Hope you have learned some new points and new concepts from here, and all the best for your upcoming future. Thank you. All the best. చెప్పేసిన ఈడికే చాలు.